Clearly, a win for Colorado and a chance to go to Hawaii and play in a bowl. That is very big for them after a terrible season. But Nebraska is still looking at a national championship despite the fact that they're number 2 right now.
Yeah, and I think this week and the next game in the Big 12 championship are huge opportunities for Nebraska because Michigan is at home watching for these next 2 weeks. So everybody gets to watch Nebraska on national TV for 2 games in a row, a chance to close that gap between Michigan with impressive performances. I look for the Huskers to try to win impressively in this game and in the Big 12 championship against A&M.
Now, Colorado, when you look at them, they still have to come out with a victory and come out with some intensity against Nebraska or forget it.
Yeah, they really do. And they need to have a good game offensively. You know, they've been good offensively under Neuheisel in his first 2 years. This year, they're 63rd in the nation in offense. They've got to be good today.
All right, stick around. Back with more of the Thrifty Car Rental postgame report after this.
America has always had a love affair with cars. And since 1922, we've been there whenever you've needed us. That's why we're America's favorite auto insurer.
And as we celebrate a 75th year, we, the agents
and employees of State Farm,
would just like to say thanks for being there too.
You can keep your car looking clean, but you got to keep your engine clean too. Newly formulated Valvoline DuraBlend motor oil is a synthetic blend that suspends the dirt, unburned fuel, and water that cause harmful deposits and reduces oil burn-off. DuraBlend protects vital engine parts, so your engine runs cleaner and better longer. It outperforms all leading conventional motor oils because a car can look great, but it's what's inside that counts. Valvoline DuraBlend.
The Thrifty Car Rental Postgame Report. Great cars in over 50 countries around the world. Best of all, it's Thrifty.
Texas A&M a winner, 27-16. They're already headed to the Big 12 championship game where they'll face Nebraska. Nebraska today up against Colorado. We will see you at halftime. Enjoy the game.
Saturday.
I think you better see this.
For those who doubt.
Well, it seems St. Thomas has its own miracle.
A reason to believe.
Is that possible?
A special Nothing Sacred at 9, 8 Central. Then, he's such a good lawyer, it's hard to live with himself.
A 4-year-old boy and his 5-year-old brother were murdered by a man who was out there because I played my part. Well, I can't play my part anymore.
All new practice, ABC Saturday.
First at 5 gives you your first live look at Central Nebraska's news a full hour earlier than anybody else.
Our 6 o'clock newscast has the most comprehensive local coverage in central and western Nebraska, but it's only half an hour long. First at 5 allows us to tell you more of the stories that the people of Nebraska need to know.
Get the whole story first at 5 and then ABC World News tonight at 5:30 and NTV News at 6. The Nebraska Television Network, where your news really does come first.
You're late.
Oh, well, happy Thanksgiving to you, too.
Birds of a feather freeze together.
I'm nearly done defrosting.
And the turkey?
Might I suggest you stop it?
Here's pumpkin pie in your eye.
Where are those pie crusts?
Found it!
Happy Thanksgiving.
I taste blood.
On Frasier.
Frasier is Saturday night at 6:30 on NTV.
My father was a DJ, and when I was about 9, he gave me one of those strap-on tape recorders where you walk around and interview people. And I took it to slumber parties with me, and I used to do interviews there where I'd be somebody like a Mrs. Jones or Mrs. Smith, and my interviewee could be somebody really famous like Marcia Brady or one of the Partridge Kids. And I was pretty successful at it. I think, in fact, I got invited to a lot of those parties just so I could do that.
You're watching the Nebraska Cornhuskers on NTV.
College football on ABC Sports.
Across the Flatirons, the lower range, and into the Colorado Rockies, the white wrap of winter. And 'tis the season on the year's biggest shopping day. Coach Tom Osborne and his Nebraska Cornhuskers have found one miracle already in Columbia. Colorado coach Rick Neuheisel wouldn't mind finding one of those today for his Buffaloes.
This is the rest of our season, and it's important that we go out and fight and scratch and claw and see if we can't get a ball to bounce our way. and hopefully get our crowd into it. And if we can accomplish all that, it could be a magical Friday.
And today in Boulder, Colorado, it's the #2 ranked Nebraska Cornhuskers and the frustrated Colorado Buffaloes. And this is a familiar kind of scenario you often find at the end of a season. One team with big ideas trying to protect their posture, another team that wants to mess it up completely and make their season. And to that point, let's turn now to Bob Greasy and talk about this.
Very good point, Keith. The motivation for Nebraska, of course, is to keep on trucking. They want to keep winning and so they can get to the bowl game and have a chance to overtake Michigan. The thing that they can do here today is impress some voters in the both polls, and that is they've got Colorado. Colorado was beaten by Michigan early in the season. If they can beat Colorado a lot worse than Michigan did, it may prove valuable in getting some points for them in the polls. Colorado, on the other hand, they're playing for a winning record. They're playing for a possible bowl game, and they're playing their arch rival. That's their incentive here today, but they're going to play much better than they've played all year to win.
Now let's spend a moment with Lynn Swan on the field.
Well, Keith, thank you very much. The challenge is squarely on the shoulders for the Colorado Buffaloes. But, of course, what they've had to do is really pay attention to the film against Nebraska and Central Florida, Nebraska and Missouri. What do Missouri and Central Florida have in common? An ability to throw the football, to be mobile in the backfield, and to make the teams respect the run. Now, when I say respect the run, I don't mean that they have to gain 100 yards or 200 yards, but make the Nebraska defense respect the run enough where they can't pin their ears back and just have an all-out rush on the quarterback. This is a big day at Fulton Field here in Boulder, Colorado. It is senior day. It is the last opportunity for these young men to come out in front of family, friends, and their peers and show their talent one more time.
Why are big clearance events usually clear out of what you came in for? Racks of this and this. Why is getting the exciting, different stuff such a big deal? Should be a non-event.
There's a great selection of excitement in store at your Pontiac dealer. And now with 2.9% APR financing, you can get average finance savings of over $2,100 on the driving excitement you want.
Glad I beat the rush.
Oui, tu as la chance.
Yeah, I love chicken.
Get great value and selection at your Pontiac dealer. See one today.
How do you get this equipment to these troops when there's a river between them? Build a bridge. Problem solving. You need it now in college. Learn it now in the Army Reserve.
All that you can be.
Turn it up, love to pump, slam dunk. Inline or online, to the net. Dr. Pepper, taste to get. Blue jean, fly machine, football hurdle, space shuttle. Free to vote, yeah.
Now is the time. Now is the time. This is the place. Dr. Pepper. This is the place. Dr. Pepper. Now is the time.
Inside your car's fuel system lurk dark forces that can spread their dirt and filth. So if you have a dirty fuel system, use STP Complete Fuel System Cleaner. Dirt has met its match. STP Complete Fuel System Cleaner.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Fortune 500 companies know that when it comes to renting a car, there's really only one place to go. National Car Rental. Because at most major airports in America, National gets you in your car and on the road fast. So what are you waiting for? Let's go. National Car Rental.
Let's go!
Yes, there is something wrong with that picture. It's a bright, warm sun reflecting across Folsom Field in Boulder, Colorado on November 28th. It is absolutely balmy, and nobody's happier than this man, Tom Osborne, who has come down from Lincoln where it's much colder. Tom's record over his 25 years, 252 wins, and no other coach has ever won that many that quickly. The head man of the Colorado Buffaloes, in his middle 30s now. He's been seasoned some this year. The record is 5-5 this season, coming off 2 previous seasons of 10 wins and only 2 losses in those. So his Rex total record is 25-9. So it's an absolutely glorious day in Boulder as we get ready to play a football game between the Buffaloes and the Cornhuskers. Colorado won the toss. They elected to take the football. They want the first offensive series, and under the circumstances, it's probably a pretty good idea. It also means that this guy right here, number 98, Grant Wistrom, and his team of destroyers will be full bore from the very outset, because this defensive front four for Nebraska is pretty good.
Keith, for those who have followed this series in the last couple of years, especially at Folsom Field here in Colorado, this weather is just magnificent. It has been cold and rainy and icy here the last 2 times these 2 teams played here at Colorado.
They play on the carpet. Kris Brown will kick it off for Nebraska, a Texan who has knocked 36 of his 72 kickoffs into the end zone, and they have not been returned. Ben Kelly, number 1, you saw him, along with number 2, Damon Wheeler. They are waiting to receive it. Kelly is a freshman, Wheeler is a sophomore, and they can run. Brown's kick. It's good. Knocked it right through the uprights. Here's the Chili's starting lineup.
There are going to be problems today, I can tell.
For the Colorado offense. Along the front, this is the group that probably will determine how this day will go for the Buffaloes. They must protect the quarterback. They got to block the run. Receivers, this unit won't have much to do if the line can't protect the quarterback and give him time. And in the backfield, the biggest and the fastest running back, Marlon Barnes, has knee surgery. He's gone. But again, go back to the old theme. Quarterback John Hessler needs time. First snap, and the pass is away, and it's completed. And that's a good omen to Chris Anderson, the bigger of the wide receivers. The Nebraska defense along the front, this foursome is lethal, and they usually give quarterbacks very little time for anything except to run for their lives. In the linebacking core, the man in the middle, Jay Foreman's 235 pounds. He's flanked by light and fast Ortiz and McFarland. In the defensive secondary, there's some holes here. But the key here is the front four helps them a lot by just not giving the people that time. This carry will get it up near the 39-yard line with Herschel Troutman getting good blocking on the right side of the line with Eric Warfield coming over to make the tackle for Nebraska.
You look at Colorado in the Big 12, Keith. They get it done through the air. Averaging 2nd in the conference passing, 10th out of 12 teams rushing the football.
Here's, however, a place where Colorado suffers some. They don't have the big, tough back that can go in there and hammer away for you and get the short yardages. It is 2nd down and a long 2 now. They threw it for a first down. Now they've run it for about 7.5 yards. They will at times today as we get some movement along the line and the flags drop, and I think that'll be 5 against the Buffaloes. And this is the kind of a thing that's been haunting them all season long. Little tiny mistakes, but just enough to get them that 5-yarder when it hurts the most.
Dead ball. False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty and remains 2nd down.
Randy Crystal, as you see, is the referee. The umpire is Joe Darden, linesman Carl Johnson, Gary Brown, the line judge. The back judge is Ron Murphy, Scott Cook is the field judge, and Dwayne Osborne is your side judge.
Keith, that turns a 2nd and 2 into a 2nd and 7. Now you come in question whether you're not going to make a first down. Before, you knew you were going to keep the ball, make a first down.
Well, they go to a single back. Hessler back to throw it, gets it off to the sidelines, and the catch is made. The catch is made by Phil Savoy, who's been playing dinged up. He's had a turf toe, he's had a sore shoulder. But if Colorado is going to have a chance today, Phil Savoy's got to make some plays for him.
Well, that's true, Keith. And if the one edge that this Colorado offense does have is their receivers are experienced and has an edge on the young defensive secondary for Nebraska. Here's a look at John Hessler. The first 5 games, 50%, not very good. The last 5 games, he has really come on.
come off the field for Nebraska, and Eric Johnson has replaced him. Buffaloes run it over the left side. And there's a yard there, and that'll take care of it. Jason Wiltz and Jason Peter occupy the interior positions along that defensive front four. And Jason Peter is considered by many to be one of the toughest interior defensive linemen in the country.
He's got my vote. You got two of the best defensive linemen in the country, Keith, and Wistrom and Peter. Look at Nebraska defensively. First in the Big Ten in total defense and rushing defense. They don't give up many yards on the ground.
Sherrington's in the backfield now for the Buffaloes. He's quick, got some power, got some pop. But number 1, Eric Johnson, who has just come in there at a linebacker position, comes over and takes him out of there. He's out of Phoenix, a junior, Eric is. And so now the Buffaloes are looking at 3rd and long. Steve Warren comes in for for Nebraska, which gives the Huskers something of a goal line look on 3rd down and long. Chiaverini got 3 wideouts to the bottom of your picture there and 1 at the top. So there are 4 wideouts on the field as Hessler drops. Better hurry. Takes off. Can't do it. So there's the pressure we were telling you that comes from that front 4. Grant Wistrom was the man who made the tackle, and they will punt.
Well, the pass protection is going to be so important. Wistrom on the outside just gets some penetration and then gets the sack. There was a man open downfield. If he would have had a little bit more time, he just runs over the left tackle, Shane Cook.
Nick Peach is in to punt. Lance Brown waiting for it for the Cornhuskers, and Nebraska has called for a timeout here. So they're going to rotate some people, and they didn't have the right people on the field apparently, at least the ones they wanted for this possible return. So you got a timeout.
I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back. I want my baby back, chili, baby back rib. I want my baby chili, baby back rib.
Barbecue sauce.
I want my baby back, chili, baby back rib. I want my baby chili, baby back rib.
Barbecue sauce.
I got my baby back rib.
Chili's grills like no place else.
Wouldn't you rather have something under the hood than on it? This is the supercharged Bonneville. One of the world's most powerful sports sedans. Inside and out. It's time traditional luxury collected some dust. Luxury with attitude. The Bonneville by Pontiac.
The Panasonic Razor. Shave wet or shave dry. Your choice. Your shave. Rinse clean. Work hard. Play hard. Shave your way. Panasonic.
Here's a gift idea. Give a man the new cordless Wizard. And give yourself a handyman.
This is a great thing! Glad you like it.
The Wizard. Powered by VersaPack. Built by Black & Decker.
The Skins Game, where 4 hungry guys go out to shoot birdies. Some come back with lots of stuffing. Others only get heartburn. That's why they play it on Thanksgiving weekend.
All right, we're back in sunny and warm Boulder, Colorado. On this day after Thanksgiving. And here's Nick Peach for his first punt of the day. He's a sophomore out of Seattle, Washington. Averaging just under 39 yards per punt. Waiting for it is Lance Brown, and Lance is going to have to look up into a brilliant spotlight like sun, and he won't have a chance to get to this because the pressure came right up the middle. Jay Foreman, number 44, middle linebacker, was right in his face, and Peach shanked it out of bounds. So the Chile starting lineup for the Nebraska offense along the front, perhaps not the strongest the Huskers have had, but they're good athletes and they function very well as a unit. The receivers, these wide receivers block. In 10 games, they've caught just 80 passes. They block. And the backs Well, they've all had a big season back there. Scott Frost could reach 1,000 yards today in both rushing and in passing, and not very many folks have. What'd you say? 10 people have done that?
Yes.
He will be the 10th.
He'll be the 10th.
Be the 10th. That was a 17-yard punt for Colorado. So once again, here's Nebraska with that pressure, getting good field position, but along the left side of the line, the Huskers stood up. And Fred Pollock's going to cost them 5.
Scott Frost wanted to go on a quick count, Keith, and I don't think that's smart in a
False start on the offense.
on the road in a hostile, in a loud situation like this is. You don't want to go on quick counts because the linemen can't hear you. They don't know when to go. So arithmetic is better.
What's better?
Rhythmatic count.
Oh, okay.
Hut 1, hut 2,
All right.
All right.
Everybody dance. So 1 and 2. First down and 15. It's the quarterback cross keeping it. He bellied to the fullback, Macavecca. He pulled it down and he traveled on up the field and he picked up almost 10 yards behind the blocking of guess who? The tailback, Ahman Green. The Colorado defense along the front, this group has lacked fire at times this season, and there have been a lot of big plays made against them. In the linebacking core, you've got a true freshman, Ty Gregorak, in the middle. He and Ron Murkison need a big day today. And the defensive backs, the safeties, will work a double shift against the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Here's the pitch outside the green. He's got the first down. Again, blocking is just awesome. Washington coming over to make the tackle. That was a slow developing play because Colorado is so conscious of Macavecca, the fullback, and you have to be.
Well, it's the option, and that's what Nebraska is known for. Nebraska offense, look at what they've done in the nation. They're first overall, first in a lot of categories, 106th passing the football. They don't care where they are passing. They're going to run the football at you all day long.
They got their power set. That means they got 2 blockers going that way, but there's a heck of a play defensively for Colorado. They just ran right through the Nebraska blocking, and there's going to be a loss on the play. Murkison was one of those going through to make a play along with Hannibal Navy.
This had to be a busted play, Keith. There's 3 guys in the backfield, and there's just too many guys to get out of the way. The problem with that play is you had too many fullbacks. Legate
I think somebody
and
didn't shift.
Macavecca. Yeah, they needed to shift out or fake up the middle. It just, Green was saying, get out of my way.
It's second down and 17 now as Frost puts it in the air, and it is dropped by Lance Brown. Brown had the ball right in front of him. Damon Wheeler. He had Wheeler shielded off by his body, and he just dropped it.
Well, from behind the defense, Scott was looking to our right side. He wanted to throw to the tight end. Nebraska and their quarterbacks always get a lot of one-on-one situations. Wheeler just knocks that ball
Yeah, he
loose.
got a piece, didn't he?
They always get one-on-one situations because everybody that plays Nebraska wants to stop the run with 7 or 8 guys up in the box. That leaves a lot of single coverage on the wide receivers.
Give Wheeler more credit on that. He did get a piece of it.
Got a piece of it.
Third down and 17. There's your belly to the fullback. The keeper by Frost breaks that tackle at the line of scrimmage, breaks another one, and pounds on down the field for a first down.
Did you say 3rd and 17?
Yep.
And they run the option. The quarterback keeps it. I mean, this is a play that
Right
Nebraska
there.
feels like, hey, we can pick this up. 3rd and 17 is like throwing the ball. They have confidence in these option plays. And Scott Frost has just had an outstanding season.
Ryan Black was the man who had his hands on his feet and couldn't wrap him. You have to wrap Nebraska runners. Get your arms around him.
Yeah.
If you got a rope, use it too.
And the quarterback is a runner, no question about that.
Here's Macavecca pounding up the middle and gets about 5 yards on the carry. And he's brought down by Viliami Maumau.
Scott Frost came into this game 940 yards, 16 touchdowns. Ahman Green is almost 1,500 yards. Macavecca, the fullback, look at their average per carry, all of them, over 6 yards. Scott Frost, Keith, is 5th in the conference in rushing. Now, he's a quarterback, but he's 5th in the running department.
Second down and 5, they go to Green, and they stop him after a yard. Mau again leading the tacklers along with Olsen. Mau 77, and he's a chunk.
He's a chunk is right, 310 pounds. His name in, he's Tongan. He's a native Tongan. His name in native means destroy.
A.J. Kristoff is the defensive coordinator for Colorado, and he's got all kinds of hopes and plans for this.
The best part about this game was he had 2 weeks to prepare for this option.
Yep. Here it comes. Cross. They stop him short of the line of scrimmage, short of the first down. He got across the line of scrimmage for about a yard and a half, and on third down, it's Marcus Washington getting his third tackle of the ball game.
Well, the corners, Washington is a corner. They're going to have to be very active and come up and make tackles. You mentioned earlier that these wide receivers, Keith, are blockers. Well, today the corners for Colorado are going to have to be tacklers to counteract that blocking from the wide receivers.
It is fourth down and 2, and Nebraska will go. Brown's got a leg long enough from here, but they're going to go for it on fourth down and 2. Give it to the fullback, Makovica. And he's got his first down at the Colorado 26-yard line, and they just simply overpowered Colorado right up the middle.
Well, the right side of the offensive line, Eric Anderson and Zadiska, and the tight end just made a huge hole. So look at Eric Anderson, that entire offensive line, Keith. Every time we do a Nebraska game, I enjoy watching this. It's very athletic. They are not big. I mean, they're not tall. They all have good feet, very athletic.
Green bounces through the hole, and he is down to the 15-yard line. Ryan Sutter brings him down.
Well, Keith and Bob, I think Nebraska is trying to send an early message to Colorado that they're going to take this football and just drive it down the middle of the field and do the things they have to do. They don't want to give up possession of the football. On fourth down, they're just going to take it to them. And if they're successful, it's going to be an extremely long day for the Buffaloes, Keith.
Well, I think the Buffaloes expect a long day, but all they hope to do is keep it close and somewhere along the way get a big play. Here's Green turning it on first down. And we'll take down after a couple of yards on the carry. ABC's Monday Night Football this week will go to the NFC Central. The defending champion Green Bay Packers going to Minnesota to play the Vikings. This is a big ball game in the whole sum of the season for both these teams. That'll be at 9 Eastern Time here on ABC Monday night. The Packers and the Vikings. This is Makovica, the fullback. He's down across the 10 and rolls to the 9 or the 8 maybe. The first possession for the Nebraska Cornhuskers. They're gobbling up most of the time in the first quarter, marching it down the field. They've overcome 2 penalties already.
On the ISO play, you got cut out a few downs. Rick Neuheisel, Keith, told us yesterday that he wanted to shorten the game. He didn't want to. He wanted to keep possession of the football. He wanted to take time off the clock. Well, time's coming off the clock, but it's with Nebraska on the field.
Checks off. Frost has still got it. See, here's a big, strong athlete. They hit him right at the line of scrimmage, but he turns his body and gets 2 more. And he had 2 men holding on to him. One of them is Hannibal Davies, the linebacker, and the other safety, Ryan Black. So now the Cornhuskers will go into field goal posture with Kris Brown coming on as Colorado's defense gets tougher down inside the 20-yard line. This will be a 25-yard try. And this is a very, very good field goal kicker. It's good. And Nebraska uses most of the time in the first quarter, but to Colorado's credit, they make them settle for a field goal.
Trailers for sale or rent, Rose still at 50 cents. Mama, man of means by no means, king of the road. 2 hours of pushing broom buys an 8, 12, 4-bedroom. Mama, man of means by no means, king of the road.
It's so powerful, it's almost scary. Boom. The muscle car lives. The new Firebird Trans Am by Pontiac.
ABC Sports presentation of college football brought to you by the all-new Wide Track Grand Prix by Pontiac. Wider is better. By Nike, who encourages you to participate in the lives of America's youth. By Miller Lite, now official beer sponsor of the NFL. And Valvoline, the #1 choice of America's top mechanics. People who know use Valvoline. A mostly full Folsom Field. Watching Nebraska take a 3-0 lead. We'll kick it now to the Buffaloes. They've got Kelly. Wheeler back there. And Brown denies them the opportunity to return it again. So they'll come out to the 20-yard line where it'll be first down. At the 20. John Hessler, the last time we saw him was at Michigan. At least the last time this crew saw him. It was a tough day against the Wolverines. But there are 2 or 3 factors that come into play here, and they haven't, I don't think, enough been made of it. When John Hessler had that big sophomore season, backing up Coy Detmer, he had different people catching the ball.
A couple of years ago, yeah, and he came in a relief role, Keith. You're right. Good linemen, better linemen than they have now, and better receivers than they have now.
So they come out and set up in the eye. They'd love to run the ball right at Nebraska some. Let's see if they try it. Yes, they do. But I don't think you're going to make a living running against the Nebraska defense.
Well,
That's Trotman carry.
Yeah, Rick told us yesterday we want to take time off the clock. We want to control the ball. We want to run right at them. Their speed, left to right, is too much. We're going to run right at them. Quick passing, and then we're going to take our shots downfield. Maybe when we get around midfield, we're going to throw the ball deep downfield and take our shots one-on-one on their young defensive backs.
2nd down and 6. Hessler pulls it down, sets up, and throws deep. He's got his man, Tennyson McCarty, the tight end, down the middle of the field with a big play at the 30-yard line. This is a kid who has such arthritis in his feet that it's amazing he can walk well, much less play football.
Well, he's a 5th-year senior playing his last game, and I think what you're going to see is a little push-off at the right time by the 5th-year senior. McCarty's going to just shove him just a little bit. Not from this angle, you won't see it, but it's a big play. I think the push-off happened just before that, but when I was watching it live, he pushed off, and Brown actually pointed at him. He said, hey, he pushed off on him.
You got a penalty flag thrown by the linesman across the way on that play to the right side. That was a 45-yard pass play to McCarty. The ball is at the 30-yard line, and you've got a penalty coming up, I think, against Colorado.
Dead ball. False start on the offense. It's a 5-yard penalty and remains first down.
Again, the little ticky-tack mistakes.
Bottom of the screen, Keith. Right there, the little push-off. Brown had pretty good coverage. You see him pointing with his left hand. He didn't make the tackle. He was pointing. He said, hey, he pushed off on me. Well, the back judge didn't see it.
It's a game of the caught and the uncaught land.
Well, Rick said he was going to get some big plays. That was one of them.
That's the longest reception of McCarty's career, too. Previous was 15 yards, at least this season. On first down and 15, Hessler's pass to the sidelines is incomplete. Thrown very hard. He had to kind of touch that ball in between defenders, and Savoy really had no chance to get it.
Well, and he didn't want to take a sack. It was a 5-step drop. Take 5 steps and throw it. If he's not open, just throw it over. He gave him a chance to catch it, but he did the right thing. Get rid of it. Don't take a sack.
That sun's tough, isn't it? They're looking right back into it going that way.
It's tough for the receivers now looking back. Yes.
Charrington is the deep man in the backfield. Wayne Charrington, Santa Ana, California, with the ball. Didn't get a real clean start. Stumbled a bit. Jason Peter takes that big old arm and knocks his feet from under him. So the ball will be put down right about the 33-yard line.
Jason Peter, number 55, Keith, right here, watches. He's going to get in. Going to fight the battle in the defensive line first. Fights off the block of the guard, keeps his feet, and gets in there and makes the play. If he hadn't have been there, there was a nice little hole on the left side.
Third down and 13 now for Colorado. 5-yard penalty hurt him. Double wide, top of the picture. Goes this way, and it's no good. Intended for Marcus Stiggers. Stiggers is only 5'7", 175-pound sophomore out of Dallas, and he could not stretch for it.
You know that on Colorado's opening drive, the number 4, Octavius McFarland, left the playing field. He sustained a hip pointer, and he came to the sideline. The trainers put a pad on that hip and said he is questionable. He has not, at this moment, returned into the ballgame. Keith?
All right, Swanee. Eric Johnson playing in place of him. Jason Leslie is in to punt. Oh, I'm sorry, the punt. It's a field goal try of 50 yards. And no good. Jason Leslie is the young man that came over here from UCLA. And he swings his leg, had plenty of leg on the 50-yard try, but it pulled just to the left and misses.
In a perfect world, your cooking would taste more like your mom's.
Woohoo!
In the real world, Diet Dr. Pepper does taste more like regular Dr. Pepper. It's the taste you've been looking for.
What are you doing? You can't
Hey,
spell
I
Pluto.
do not dabble when it comes to Scrabble. Watch me now.
You're getting on my nerves.
Prolific, as in prolific score.
Nice word, Ice.
That. The Iceman spelling prolific.
Quite a coincidence.
Hey, give me
And he
5.
gets a double word score for that, Coach.
Hey, that's like Penny spelling unstoppable, penetrating, or MVP.
Like you spelling shrimp.
You got me, Chuck.
Yeah.
You should be on stage telling your funny jokes. Come from miles around to see the funny man, Chuck.
My ancestor dreamt of winning the Highlands Open,
But his golf wasn't up to par. So he designed a wider golf club for better control of his drive.
Truly, wider is better.
Improve your drive with the Wide-Track Grand Prix Sports Sedan. Its unique Wide-Track design sets the wheels wider for better control on any course.
My family crest still bears the proverb, Nash Leha, Nasher.
The Wide-Track Grand Prix, driving excitement by Pontiac. Wider is better.
I got no claim.
Considering the cost of today's exotic multi-metallic engine parts, shouldn't you use an antifreeze coolant with a patented new formula designed to protect your entire engine? Xerex Antifreeze, extreme protection for today's engines.
After the missed field goal try by Leslie from 50, Nebraska gets the ball back at their own 33. They lead 3-0, and you've got a minute and 42 seconds to play in the first quarter.
A.J. Kristoff, the coordinator for the Buffs defensively, said, we don't want anything bad to happen to us early. We want to stay in the ball game and not get down. Well, they're in the ball game almost the first quarter. They've only given up 3 points.
One of the interesting substitutions as that play picks up a couple of yards is Ben Kelly, the freshman. He's in there at 5'10", 175 pounds. So, you know, with Sheldon Jackson, for example, Nebraska could get a huge size advantage over Kelly on that intermediate pass route. But Kelly is in there at corner, replacing Davis. He in Washington with the corners right now.
Anybody in there on that Buffalo defense better be good tackles, Steve.
Right.
First and foremost.
Second down and 8 from the 35. Cross gets his pass away. They've got the screen set up over here, and it didn't work very well. It took a long time to get it unwound, and finally Kelly was able to get to the ankles of Ahman Green.
Gregorak, number 35, the middle linebacker, is starting his second game. He's a true freshman. Gets out there and is blocked by 59 Heskew. But the Kelly, Keith, the guy you were talking about, the true freshman, made a big play. Redshirt freshman, excuse me.
Wheeler is off the field now at a corner for Colorado, with Barnes coming in. Cross rolls it out to throw it. And his man is wide open. Kenny Cheatham ran a curl, went just past the marker, turned inside, and 3 yards to the good, made the catch for a first down.
This is Nebraska passing, Keith. They don't do a whole lot. This man here is going to come in motion and then go out here. Here's the man they're trying to get the ball to. Just going to run a little curl. Go in motion, 2-man route to the top of the screen, roll the quarterback a little
Wide
bit.
open. Look at that.
Just something simple.
Run it with Green. And Ahman Green will go from the 46 out to midfield. That's a 4-yard pickup. The first quarter is history. And our score, after 1, Nebraska 3, Colorado nothing.
Why are big clearance events usually clear out of what you came in for? Racks of this and this. Why is getting the exciting, different stuff such a big deal? Should be a non-event.
There's a great selection of excitement in store at your Pontiac dealer. And now with 2.9% APR financing, you can get average finance savings of over $2,100 on the driving excitement you want.
Glad I beat the rush.
Oui, tu as la chance.
Yeah, I love chicken.
Get great value and selection at your Pontiac dealer. See one today.
State Farm presents Rules of the Game.
We're talking about the exchange of the ball between the center and the quarterback. In this play, the quarterback simulates receiving the snap. Is this a foul?
Being 40 or 50 isn't what it used to be. As you continue to change, so can your life insurance needs. To help make sure your life insurance plan reflects where your life is headed, just call your State Farm agent. State Farm understands life.
We're talking about the exchange of the ball between the center and the quarterback. In this play, the quarterback simulates receiving the snap. Penalty, false start.
Rules of the Game has been brought to you by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're watching ABC.
Jer, hi, I gotta tell you.
I just bought Don a phone from Alliance Cellular.
Oh, they're great. They got those terrific rate plans and free minutes.
This holiday, give the gift of gab. Give a quality Motorola cellular phone from Alliance Cellular. Like the Profile 300 for $14.95, the bag phone for $39, the DPC 650 flip phone for $39, and the StarTac 6500 for just $249. Stop by today.
Hey, hand me down one of those StarTacs.
Alliance Cellular, making it easier to communicate.
You're watching the Nebraska Cornhuskers on NTV.
College football on ABC Sports.
To the second quarter of play, and I would imagine the temperature now is beyond 50 degrees here in Boulder, Colorado. I know it's that warm on the field. Reflection off the rug. It's Nebraska's football, second down and 6. And they'll run it up the middle with Makovica carrying. And he'll pick up about 4.
If you look at the numbers of the first quarter, Nebraska Colorado's had the ball 2 times and Nebraska just once. And Nebraska running the ball 66 yards, passing for only 11. At 83 yards total offense, total yards for Colorado. 45 yards of that came on that one pass play.
Right now, the Buffaloes have to fend off the insistent Cornhuskers as they're looking at 3rd down and 2. And there's penalty flag. I think that's against Nebraska.
Dead ball. False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty and they're 3rd down.
Well, so far, A.J. Kristoff has been able to do much of what he wanted to do, and that is simply keep Nebraska from getting into the roll, getting the rhythm, getting the whole thing started. Once they get momentum, duck. So far, the Buffaloes have kept them away from it. Cross, options down, pitches back to Green. Dropped his shoulder, and boy, he hammered Marcus Washington. But Marcus stopped him short of the first down when it looked like he might break it big. Green, he got a heck of a spot, I'll tell you that.
The fullback in this option, Keith, is very important. Watch Makovica, number 45, gets the block on the middle linebacker, Grigorak. And it's going to be close to the first down.
I was wondering if his uncle was the man that spotted it. Oh, that's a very generous spot.
You think he got a good spot, huh, Lance?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I think Rick does too.
But Green is a tough guy. He's strong, and he's bigger than you think. He's well over 200 pounds. His run coming into this game, 1,532 yards this season, and right at 3,500 for his career so far. And here he goes again. And down to about the 35-yard line for 9 yards. Schwanty?
Well, Keith, you were talking about the weather and the temperature. I've got my little thermometer down here, and as you can see, it's a very nice 56, 57 degrees. You know, almost good enough from my standpoint. Take my hat off and maybe get some little suntan oil and chill out for the afternoon.
Don't get carried away because we're trying to get that cold out of you.
Well, this is the best weather for me, that's for sure.
Going to America's Garden spots this winter. 2nd down and 1. Down the middle of the pass. It is to Makovica, the fullback, and it's good for a big play to the 14-yard line. And he got the mismatch. He got him down there against Kelly, the freshman.
Makovica coming in has only caught 2 passes on the year. Usually he comes in there and he's blocking on the linebacker or the defensive back. It's a nice catch for a guy that doesn't catch many balls, Keith. He's 235 pounds, less than 6 feet tall. He is an outstanding player and a valuable asset to this offense.
Dr. Tom's going to spoil it, letting him catch a pass. I didn't say that kind of stuff. This is Frost handing off inside. When he's hot, give it to him, but this time the Buffs are looking for him and they stack him up. Nick Ziegler, who is a bit undersized at that defensive end position, but he got that tackle. You can win tickets to this season's Rose Bowl. Yep. Get online with ABC Sports College Football and solve the word puzzles to enter. All on America Online, keyword ABC Sports. This is Green, rather. And Ahman Green, as the penalty flag goes down, over the right side. It is on that right side where you find Zadiska and Anderson.
Ball start on the offense.
And that's where the movement occurred, which triggered the penalty, it appeared. In recent games between these two teams, they've traded a lot of paint down in the trenches, and they're getting back to it again today. Bobby Newcomb is on the field for Nebraska. But this is Scott Frost running it into the end zone for a touchdown. He looks like an old-fashioned tailback.
He is. I mean, it's exactly what he is. He's just...
He'd be an All-American in a single wing for General Nealon, I'll guarantee you.
You got that right. I mean, he's where he should be. I mean, he's back in Nebraska, running the option, running the ball, and throwing it some. This is an ideal type quarterback for Tom Osborne.
Kris Brown for the try. Pops it up good. So the Cornhuskers remain insistent, and it's Scott Frost runs it in for the touch.
This is the Triton-powered Ford F-150, and this is a 102,000-pound earth mover. Now that's what we call taking the bulldozer by the horns. Ford F-Series, built Ford tough.
This holiday season on Loose Lips.
Was it something I said?
How about the words, I'll be right back?
Sink ships.
Torpedo, torpedo, torpedo.
On December 19th.
Accidents do happen. They frequently do with you.
The world belongs to Bond. Tomorrow never dies.
Don't get any ideas.
I'd never dream of it.
Rated PG-13. Starts Friday, December 19th.
Hope my car gets fixed today.
And my sink.
And my furnace. And my lawnmower. What? You idiot! You're gonna get us caught.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down,
Eddie!
make it a Bud Light.
Herbie's back in an all-new adventure.
He's alive.
And this time, he's in the race of his life.
The Love Bug.
ABC Sunday at 7, 6 Central.
There are your numbers on the scoring drive. Frost from 19 yards. He now totals 992 yards rushing for the season. He's picked up 32 yards on 3 out of 4 passing so far in the game. He looks like he's going to reach his 1,000 yards, both rushing and passing. That's his 17th touchdown. That ties Ahman Green for the lead. Line drive is caught at the 1-yard line by Ben Kelly. He's one of the best in the country if you give him a little daylight. And he's out across the 30-yard line.
Keith, let's go back and take a look. Watch as the offensive line is going to block down this way. All 3 of these guys are going to come in. The back 2 guys, first guy's going to kick out. The other tackle's going to lead up in the hole. This is a quarterback draw trap. Stop it right here. Look at the seam right here. The lineman blocking right there, and you got a lineman in the hole. He didn't have anybody to block. That's Anderson. He's looking for somebody to block. Scott should have given him the ball, let him score.
We've got a timeout. There's an injured Cornhusker down on the field. The score's 10-0 Nebraska. And whoever it was, Mike Brown pops up. We got 2 Browns in the defensive secondary.
Got a Brown and a Green.
And we got a Green on the offensive side of the ball. We got a North and a South and an East and a West coming next year. Clint Finley, number 20, will replace Mike Brown. And it's from the 31-yard line, a first down for the Colorado Buffalo. Hessler hands it off up the middle. And it's Rochelle Trotman for about 4 yards, and we go to John Saunders.
It's time for the Burger King update. Texas against Texas A&M. And Texas trying one last time to mount the comeback. James Brown to Kwame Cavill, who comes up with a catch, then pops the ball loose. It's recovered by Jason Webster of A&M. And they go on to win this one, and they're ready for Nebraska next week. Keith, back to you.
Down in San tone where you can walk by the river and feast upon the fare that makes you ample.
That's the game that Texas upset Nebraska last year. The championship game.
Hessler, his lineman stepped on him, but John delivered the pitch anyway, and they were trying to sweep it.
I don't know how he got it out.
I don't either. But
I don't know how he got that ball out.
I keep him breaking a foot with a big old lineman standing on it.
This happens a lot. A lineman will step back, pull back, and step on his foot right there. Now he said, how he hit this ball back there to him? That's just great improvising by the quarterback.
McFarland is back on the field now. Octavius made that tackle, so he's got the hip pointer wrapped up, padded sufficiently to go back and play. 3rd down and 8 now for Colorado. They need something good to happen before the hole gets too deep. Hessler takes off. And John dives for his 1st down, and if they give him a decent mark, he's going to have it. Grant Wistrom came up, though, to lay it on him and try to keep him from getting there. I don't think they gave it to him. He ran right out of his shoe.
You don't want to be in too many 3rd and long situations against Nebraska. Wistrom put pressure on him in the backfield, and then when he started scrambling, got upfield and made the hit.
I think he'll go for it. If he doesn't get it, they're going to measure.
It's a good measurement because it gives Colorado and Rick Neuheisel some time to think about what he might want to do.
Joe Rick turns. I got one coming, guys. Oh, he's got it. That wasn't even close.
Not even close. Rick, as you see, both head coaches are calling the plays, and Rick singles them in, whereas on the other side of the field, Tom Osborne sends them in with different players. Both of them ex-quarterbacks. UCLA for Neuheisel and Hastings College in Nebraska for Osborne.
1st down at the 41-yard line for the Buffs. Hessler's pass looped. He's got air under it for Savoy. He caught it. He's going to call him out of bounds. Oh, my goodness. They need something good to happen. And they're not getting it yet. Savoy was defended by Sweeney, the freshman. They had the matchup they wanted. And he didn't get the foot down.
I don't know. It looked like did he juggle the ball?
Now, when he came down,
I think it's a good call.
His left foot was out of bounds.
I think it's a good call.
Yeah, I do too. I've been thinking over him. I'll praise him.
Yeah, I think it's a good call. It's a tough call for one official to make, though. That is, how do you look and see if he's holding on to the ball and see if his foot is in bounds at the same time?
Absolutely. You need help. 2nd down and 10. Good play by Colorado, though. Very good pass and catch. Just 6 inches the difference. That's Chiaverini, who is their possession receiver, and Darren will pick up almost 9 yards on that reception.
You got that right. Good throw by Hessler. John's throwing the ball well today, Keith. The one that we just saw down the field was right there. Could have been caught, and Nebraska just needs to stop him, and Hessler's just converting 3rd downs into 1st downs.
3rd down and long one. And they go inside to Charrington, and again it depends on the mark. It's that close. Those linesmen,
they've had a bunch of tough calls already.
Yes, they have. He's got his 1st down. That time they got a good spot. Mike Brown is back in the ball game. Mike, remember, was shaken up on the kickoff. He's back at that safety spot. .49-yard line of Nebraska. 1st down, Buffaloes. 10-0, Cornhuskers lead. Hessler's pass down the middle. Penalty flag. Thrown right where the quarterback was standing, so let's see what we've got. holding Colorado. Thought that might be the case. So it bangs 10 yards against the Buffaloes from the spot of the foul. And the spot of the foul is back on the Colorado 46-yard line, so they're going to walk off 10 from there.
On the offense, it'll be a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, and it remains first down.
Right here, number 78, Melvin Thomas, against Jason Peter. Peter tries to get around him, and Thomas has got him wrapped up pretty good and just kind of throws him to the ground. The umpire standing right behind the defensive lineman.
So it turns into a 16-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
That's a killer.
4 wideouts on the field, and it's first down and 26. Hessler steps up, gets it away. He's throwing for Stiggers. It is intercepted by Nebraska's Eric Warfield. There were 4 Huskers back there, and it was McFarland bearing down, coming right down the barrel at Hessler, and John had to unload it.
We'll give Jason Peter a credit on that, because that last holding penalty that backed him up to long yardage forced him to throw the ball downfield.
Rick wanted him to look him off a little bit. The conflict between those two, not nearly what it might appear to be at the eye blink.
There comes a time when you realize you've come about as far as you can on your own. And if you want your investments to go further, you're going to need someone with the expertise and the resources to help you go the distance. It's not an admission of failure. It's an admission of success. It's an acknowledgement of what you've got at stake here. That moment of truth when you say to yourself, okay, no more fun and games.
Smith Barney. They make money the old-fashioned way. They earn it.
Trailers for sale or rent, rooms to let 50 cents. Mama, man of means by no means, king of the road. 2 hours of pushing broom buys an 8, 12, 4-bedroom. Mama, man of means by no means, king of the road.
Okay, Bongo, wave. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Come on, he's never gonna get it.
Will you look at that?
Yeah, finally learned to wave bye-bye.
The new redesigned Ford Ranger, the only compact pickup built Ford tough.
ABC Sports presentation of college football brought to you by Ford and your Ford dealer. Have you driven a Ford lately? By Burger King, where you can get your burger's worth. By Nicorette Gum, you can do it. Nicorette can help. And Dr. Pepper and your local Dr. Pepper bottler. Dr. Pepper, this is the taste. 10-0, Cornhuskers lead the Buffaloes. Hessler having been intercepted. Nebraska goes to work at their 32-yard line. And there's a pickup of a couple of yards on the play inside with Green. Here's Swannick.
Well, Keith, as a receiver, when you're running down the field, you see one of those high passes coming at you. It's almost like announcing to the flies, there's honey on the ground, come get it. When the ball hangs up, the secondary has a lot of chance to react. Look at them, just gathering themselves, and they're looking at the ball, coming back, and they're in a better position than the receiver, who's got to look back at the ball. The secondary can come forward and attack that pass, so it's always tough for the wide receiver to make that play, Keith.
Stiggers made a try to knock it loose, but he was outsized on the play. Here's your option. And it's first down, Nebraska at the 49-yard line with Ryan Sutter knocking him out of bounds. And you got a Cornhusker hurt. Hurt a lot, apparently. Number 59, that's John Hessler, the center, and he's holding on to his ankle.
Keith, take a look at the top. Warfield right up here. Now watch as the quarterback's going to go back. He's going to look this way, and that's going to pull the free safety that way. That's what Neuheisel was talking to him about. He wanted him to look off. He looks to the right the whole time, and the Warfield, the guy that's going to intercept this ball, is going to go that way from the get-go. That's what Rick was talking to him about on the sideline.
So we've got a timeout for the center, John Hessler.
We come here on a glorious quest, a search for that which can be found nowhere else. Where, in the trenches where mighty men clash, amidst the echoes of glories past, high atop Olympus. Oh, this is our quest. This is what football is all about. Now all I gotta do is find that nacho guy.
You don't need binoculars to see why Escort is so popular. It's a value so enticing, it's like getting cake with extra icing. You can get power, lots of power, power galore, to whisk down the windows and unlock the doors, adjust the side mirrors, but wait, there is more. Opt for a remote, AC, a smooth automatic, and a CD player for the music fanatic. And if that's not enough, you can get an anti-theft system to protect this good stuff. The buck starts here for Escort thrills, somewhat higher, loaded to the gills.
This rather unconventional salute to Nebraska's scarlet and cream comes from the cream of 20th century artists, as expressed in the world-famous collection at the Sheldon Memorial Art Gallery on the campus of the University of Nebraska in Lincoln. I think you get the picture. There is no place like Nebraska.
Promotional consideration provided by National Car Rental, the official car rental company of ABC Sports.
Let's go! Matt Hoskinson is in at center, replacing Heskew, all 280 pounds of him. He'll play guard, too, if you want him. He can do a lot of things, and Nebraska's play selection clearly reflecting that everything is normal.
Normal, exactly. And passes 4, and they've completed 3 of the 4.
First down and 10. Option Tortoise. Pitch back to Green. Good tackle. That is a very good play by Ben Kelly.
The pitch to number 30, Ahman Green. Tackle on the play by Ben Kelly.
Look from behind the offense, a fake to the fullback. Now he gets his block. This is just good defense here.
Well, Keith Heskew has a sprained left ankle. They cut the tape off. They're going to further examine it, but right now it's a sprained ankle, and we'll have to wait to see if he gets back in.
Thank you. They go to the shotgun here now as the old quarterback draw with Scott Frost, the tailback, and he goes to the 45-yard line of Colorado.
On the carry, quarterback Scott Frost.
Frost had carried the ball 147 times. That's almost an average of 15 per game coming into today's game. Here's a look at Tom Osborne on the sideline, calling the plays. This is his 25th year as head coach at Nebraska, Keith, and one of the things, he's been using this offense time after time.
Scott Frost now has his 1,000 yards rushing for the season. He's got it, and he's going to go down. He turns again, though, and gets almost 2 yards on the turn, but Olsen and Phillips are able to turn him back inside. Who does Frost look like from your memories of watching folks who played single-wing football? He sort of reminds me of Camp Wilson, who played for the Tulsa back in their golden days.
You got to be kidding. How do you think I'm going to remember Camp Wilson?
Maybe Frankie Sinkwich. How's that?
I don't remember Frankie either.
Herschel Troutman is deep now for Colorado to receive the punt as Frost was 2.5 yards short.
It's a fake here.
4th down, long 2. Oh, they snap it to him. And the left footer knocks it down there. Troutman calls for a fair catch, and Colorado's down in 8-yard line where they got it first down. That was a 36-yard punt for Jesse Cook. America's biggest road show, Saturday 1 Eastern, regional action, Penn State, Michigan State, Georgia, Georgia Tech. Check your local listings for those games in your area. And after college football at 4:30 Eastern, the Skins game. Tiger Woods, Tom Lehman, Mark O'Mara, and David Duval, who has replaced Fred Couples, Freddie withdrawing because of the illness of his dad. So they've given him to the 9-yard line on your mark, where it's first down and 10 for the Buffaloes. Fisk, the fullback. Troutman, the deep back. Troutman gets the ball, gets across the 10 to the 11. 2 yards.
This game is going pretty much the way Neuheisel wanted it, Keith. It was to take time off the clock and keep the points to a minimum. But the possessions, this is the 4th possession for Colorado. They haven't done much with it. That missed field goal was a long field goal, over 50 yards.
That pass play to Savoy was another one of those plays that could have, but it didn't. Charrington is the running back. He's got it. He shook one tackle and keeps on pounding. So Dwayne Charrington, the sophomore from Santa Ana, picks up a first down for Colorado at the 22-yard line, and it's Aaron Wade that helped him along the way. One of the big uglies up front.
Well, you got the 2 linemen from the backside, Keith. Watch as 2 guys are going to come and block. He almost gets there too late. The time he almost gets caught from the backside right there. And Warfield, number 3, who made the interception, come in and need a little help from his friends to get him down.
Charrington again. He's a tough guy. That's another first down for Colorado with Darren Fisk, the fullback. That helped him along that time. So that's the idea that Colorado had, run right at him. They feel they can do that better.
Blistrom on the other side, number 98. That guy's motor is always running.
Yeah, he only beat up 3 guys that time.
Jason Peter, I'll tell you, his motor's running all the time too.
3:50 to play in the first half as they come to the ball. Up the middle. Charrington. So he's come in and turned in some impressive work. Put that ball at the 40-yard line, Colorado side of the field.
2nd and 3.
Marlon Barnes, who was their biggest and fastest running back, out with knee surgery.
Just had that surgery this week, and he'll be back next year, as will Charrington.
2nd down and 3. Oh, Hessler almost dropped it. Pitches it back to Charrington, and he will lose on the play. And the first man that got there was Mike Rucker, number 84.
And by almost not getting that ball, the timing of the play was all fouled up.
So they lose a little bit on it and bring it back to 3rd down and 5.
The key to playing against an aggressive defense like Nebraska is 3rd and short, 2nd and short. They've had a couple of 2nd and shorts and they've messed them up on penalties or missed snaps, and now they go backwards on 2nd down. It's even 3rd and longer than it was.
Charrington had to leave because he was shaken up. Yeah, it helped off. That's not a big 5 yards either. That's more like 4.5. So you got trips, 3 wideouts at the bottom of the picture, 1 at the top. Hessler takes off up the middle, or wanted to. Now he's still alive. Now throws, and it is caught by Anderson. Now you got a penalty flag. And they wave that one off. I don't know what to do. Wistrom was the man that came in and spoiled the play.
Yep.
Penalties against Colorado. whatever.
Hessler did a nice job of avoiding Wistrom and keeping it alive.
They're calling ineligible receiver downfield on the scramble. The lineman went on down there. The man who caught the ball certainly legal. Chris Anderson, a wideout.
It was supposed to be
offensive pass interference on the offense.
Oh, that's
the penalty's been declined. It's 4th down.
So it's an offensive pass interference.
Wistrom to the top of your screen. A little cross between he and Peter. This was supposed to be a little quarterback draw, I think, Keith, at the beginning.
Yep. It's a good play by Hessler. The pass was fine. He had his hands under it.
I think it was a good catch.
But somebody was called for offensive pass interference, and now Colorado will have to punt it. First punt from Nick Peach in the first quarter. Traveled only 17 yards. I see no wind from the indication of wind from the flags at all around the stadium. Newcomb is the deep man. And they go for it. Charrington back in the ball game. All the way down to the 19-yard line. Big call by Rick Neuheisel. So they go to their bag of tricks with their normal blocking group in there, including Black, a safety. He took it and gave it to Charrington, and away he went.
The snap is going to come right here, and the back is going to lateral forward. Charrington's going to come out the other side. Snap to the right side, the up back, little forward handoff behind the line of scrimmage. It's been a miserable season for Colorado, and when you're 5-5 at the end of the year, why not take some chances?
Absolutely. First down at the Nebraska 19-yard line. Troutman is in now as Charrington leaves after that run. And Troutman over the left side down to the 15-yard line. Black handled that ball pretty well, didn't he?
It was a well-executed play. Special teams coach Bobby Hawk for the Colorado Buffaloes. Of course, Osborne's crew knew that something might be coming. They thought they were ready for it. It was just blocked very well.
On the 15-yard line, second down and 6 for Colorado now. That's from Nebraska 15. Troutman. And he turned and ran right into the stack and got 2 yards on the play to the 13. So it is 3rd and 3. They're saying 4, but it's quite 4.
It's a big
play in the ball game.
Yeah, no question. Well, the punt, too, the fake punt, because if they hadn't made it, it would have given Nebraska ball inside the Colorado 50-yard line.
Right. Hessler standing there with the referee, Randy Crystal, watching the play clock tick down to 1, and then he called his timeout. So he's burning as much time as possible. He wants some conversation now. This 3rd down play is coming up.
The new Wizard
can remove grout,
clean a golf club, sharpen tools,
cut right through this screw.
Soon your TV will have over 500 channels, almost enough to show you everything the new Wizard can do. The new Wizard, built by Black & Decker.
There comes a time when you realize you've come about as far as you can on your own. And if you want your investments to go further, you're going to need someone with the expertise and the resources to help you go the distance. It's not an admission of failure. It's an admission of success. It's an acknowledgement of what you've got at stake here. That moment of truth when you say to yourself, okay, no more fun and games.
Smith Barney. They make money the old-fashioned way. They earn it.
The Panasonic Razor. Shave wet or shave dry. Your choice. Your shave. Rinse clean. Work hard. Play hard. Shave your way. Panasonic.
Colorado with its biggest threat of the ball game, trailing 10-0. They've moved the ball 78 yards on the ground in this possession. All of this movement on the ground.
Started on their own 9-yard line. And this drive was that fake punt.
And you've got Charrington back in there at the deep back. Fisk in front of him.
Single coverage down here on the wide receiver.
Third down. What a pass.
No. That single coverage just missed him.
Chiaverini was the man. And they'll go for 3. It won't be Leslie, I don't think. Probably Jeremy Aldridge, who does the bulk of their field goal kicking. 11 of 13 on the year with a long of 48. This spot will be back around the 20-yard line. Colorado going to take another timeout. Yep, they let the play clock run down and take another timeout. And that reduces the time remaining in the first half to 32 seconds.
Sunday, ABC brings Mortal Kombat home to you. Action never looked so damn good. Street Fighter, ABC Sunday. Parental discretion advised. Saturday.
I think you better see this.
For those who doubt.
Well, it seems St. Thomas has its own miracle.
A reason to believe.
Is that possible?
A special Nothing Sacred at 9, 8 Central. Then, he's such a good lawyer, it's hard to live with himself.
4-year-old boy and his 5-year-old brother were murdered by a man who was out there because I played my part. Well, I can't play my part anymore.
All new practice at ABC Saturday.
All right, we're waiting for Colorado's field goal try with Jeremy Aldrich. Welch will do the snapping on the regular center on the play. Normally it would be Brody Hefner, a tight end, but Hefner is at the tight end position. The holder is Andy Mitchell, who's the punter. Only 32 seconds remaining in the first half. And Colorado trying to get on the board right here. And they do. A 30-yard field goal makes it a 10-3 ball game.
It's a big 3 points for Colorado, Keith. Just getting on the board and making a game out of it. Now they've scored. They've broken the ice. They can shut out Nebraska here in the last 27 seconds. They can get a little momentum going in at halftime.
Provided, of course, Bobby Newcomb doesn't get loose here.
That's what I'm saying. 27 seconds is a lifetime to let a kickoff back.
I think this Bobby Newcomb is going to turn out to be a very exciting football player at Nebraska. He's out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. But he's not out there. Chevin Wiggins and Joe Walker this time. Joe Walker's another one. He's a freshman. And Nebraska using freshmen quite a bit these days.
We see that all around, Keith, as we go around. We don't see it here at Colorado. And Rick Neuheisel was saying yesterday that he's going to do that in the future. Play more true freshmen. Because they're better than the guys that are backing up right now. And with the 85 scholarships and the injuries that you have and all that, we're seeing it everywhere we go, all the way around.
But after 3 years of school, they can go to the pros if they're really good. Most of them are doing it.
You're not going to keep the good ones anyway.
That's right. Jason Leslie will kick it off now. Both place kickers, two of the place kickers in this game were from Texas. Jason from Malicious. And he's knocked it all the way into the corner of the end zone, and they're not going to bring it back. Joe Walker will touch it, and they'll bring it out to the 20, and you've got 27 seconds remaining in the first half. Well, TGIF is back again tonight on ABC, starting with Sabrina, then brand new episodes of Teen Angel and Boy Meets World, and a special half hour with the hot musical group Henson. That's all tonight on ABC. From the 20, this is Green, and Ahman Green up to the 25. Clock starts on that snap, and it's still going at 15. So Nebraska's had enough for the first half. They'll head to the clubhouse, and time will expire with a halftime score of Nebraska 10 and Colorado 3. We're going to go out and have a little sun now and turn you over to John Saunders.
All right, thanks a lot, guys. We'll get you back up to the second half in just a moment. But first, coming up next on Valvoline Halftime 97, a look at the legend of Eddie Robinson.
Yeah, we'll also take a look at Texas A&M, the team that Nebraska will face next week in the Big 12 Championship. They got their hay in the barn early today. It's all wet, but they got it done.
All right, it's all coming up on Valvoline Halftime 97.
Ford Motor Company, we're experimenting with a backing up warning system, which sounds a signal to help you avoid hitting what you can't even see. Sometimes you just have to go backwards to go forward. Ford, quality is job one.
Before I quit smoking, I asked my doctor, is Nicorette gum safe? And he said, to quit smoking? Of course Nicorette gum is safe. Smoking is not. People smoke to get nicotine, and they get carbon monoxide and tars, which are deadly. Smoking is the danger. Nicorette can be a big part of the solution. Nicorette lets you use nicotine when you need it to help you overcome your cravings. Don't hesitate for a second.
Nicorette gum helps you fight your cravings, your habit, your way. You can do it. Nicorette can help.
You just hold this and you know you're going to get a close shave.
Remington introduces the new shape in shaving.
The angle to the face, just right. Dynamite body.
It looks like a sports car.
It's easy to maneuver. It's a Remington.
These side grips are a stroke of genius.
Now I can see what I'm trimming.
My old shaver felt like a block of cheese.
The shape was so cool. I got one for my husband.
I can't believe I'm in love with an electric. But look at this shave. My old shaver is history.
Remington's new dual microscreen, built to shave incredibly close.
And they guarantee it.
Ooh, a computer with the Intel Pentium 2 processor. You know it's fast, and you thought it was priced just out of your reach. Gotcha. Until now, the 1999 PC with the Pentium 2 processor from Gateway. Complete with 32 megs of RAM, 17-inch monitor, AGP graphics, and a whole lot more. Call us at 1-800-GATEWAY, and we'll build one for you.
Sing too when you try Chili's Ranch and Filet, a beautifully carved 8-ounce tenderloin, slow grilled to perfection and placed on awesome blossom strings, served with skillet potato cakes and grilled veggies, only at Chili's.
You're watching ABC.
Listen up. I have been to the edge and back, and I will tell you what I've learned. What I have learned is you don't need outer crust.
Introducing the Edge Pizza from Pizza Hut, a new pizza with no outer crust, so the toppings go right to the edge.
I have been to the edge and back.
Joe and 16 pieces of pure pulchritudinous toppings. Have you been to the edge?
Try any of the Edge recipe pizzas and get a second medium for only $6, only at Pizza Hut.
You're watching the Nebraska Cornhuskers on NTV.
Valvoline Halftime 97, brought to you by Valvoline, the #1 choice of America's top mechanics. People who know use Valvoline. From our New York studios, John Saunders and Todd Blackledge.
10-3 Nebraska has the lead, although it is a low one. Nebraska trying to impress the pollsters with Michigan sitting idle.
Yeah, I'm sure Nebraska looks at this as a great opportunity here in the next 2 weeks to impress the voters, get a little closer to Michigan, not just to be in position to take over from Michigan if Michigan would lose in the Rose Bowl, but possibly to get a split national championship if both teams go undefeated. One thing about Colorado in this first half, really kind of a lack of confidence in the offense that you see from Rick Neuheisel this year as compared to the last couple years. That last possession, they didn't attack the end zone. They felt they needed to get those points just to stay close.
Nebraska's also shooting for their 4th in 5 years unbeaten regular season. Let's check some other scores. Arkansas against LSU. Kevin Falk has 2 touchdown runs in this one. LSU was up 24-21. Pitt against West Virginia. The backyard brawl. Amos Zaraway has a touchdown run. Pittsburgh, though, has the lead 14-10. Earlier today on ABC, Texas against Texas A&M. Sir Parker had a great day, including this 7-yard touchdown run. Put A&M on top 7-6. Ricky Williams, though, a terrific day.
Yeah, another fine afternoon in the slop and the rain. Ricky Williams here goes 23 yards. He twists his ankle. It looked bad for the Longhorns offense, but he would gut it out, come back in. Here he scores from 4 yards out, 3 plays later, to draw Texas within 8.
Texas, though, marching their final drive. James Brown out of trouble, complete to Kwame Cavill, but he fumbles. It's recovered by Jason Webster of A&M, and Texas A&M holds on for the victory, 27-16.
Well, Ricky Williams, just an outstanding day, capping a great season. He broke 7 school records this year in 1997. If you look at the numbers compared with Earl Campbell's Heisman year of 1977, all the numbers on the left-hand column are better. One thing to remember, Earl Campbell's Texas team spent 6 weeks ranked #1. That was a big part of why he won the Heisman.
That's why Ricky Williams has been invisible despite this terrific year. Championship Saturday, next Saturday on ABC Sports. 3 great games. Battles with bowl bids and national title hopes all on the line. It begins at 1 o'clock Eastern. The WAC championship game, number 19 Colorado State against New Mexico. Then at 4:30 Eastern time, Dr. Pepper Big 12 championship, number 2 Nebraska against Texas A&M. Then in prime time at 8 o'clock Eastern, it's the SEC championship presented by Dr. Pepper. Auburn is in. They'll face either Tennessee or Georgia. 3 great games next week. Well, it's hard to believe, but tomorrow will be the final day as the head coach at Grambling for Eddie Robinson. That spans 57 years, 11 U.S. presidents. And consider this. When Joe Paterno was named the head coach at Penn State back in 1966, Eddie Robinson had already been on the job 25 years. A great coach, but you can say so much more about the man. It's been said a man's success should not be measured in his accomplishments, but in the number of people he can call friend or the number of lives he has touched. If this is true, then there's never been a more successful man than Eddie Robinson.
I've had something to prove all my life. Eddie Robinson, the mentor. I have coached every boy just like he was my son. Eddie Robinson, the individual that made you probably do the things that you somehow wouldn't have done yourself. I think the American dream is hard work. You know, they say to whom a lot is given, a lot is expected.
Grambling State University got more than their money's worth from the moment 22-year-old Eddie Robinson arrived in 1941. In his inaugural year, he earned $63.75 a month while coaching the baseball, basketball, and football teams. His other responsibilities included lining the fields, taping the players, and washing the laundry.
They met just at the right time for both of them to grow.
56 years later, his 408 gridiron victories are more than any coach in NCAA history. During his tenure, Grambling captured 9 black collegiate national championships.
Since I've been here, I've had some of the finest football players to play the game.
In 1949, Grambling's Tank Younger became the first player from a historically black college to play in the National Football League.
He instilled the values that you can do anything you want to if you want to badly enough.
The people want to win. And winning is winning. There's no color on winning.
Grambling became a breeding ground for success, with over 200 players advancing to the NFL, including a significant breakthrough at the quarterback position, which culminated with Doug Williams' MVP Super Bowl performance.
Maybe what is not as equally publicized is how many athletes that went to Grambling and left Grambling with a degree.
The sad part about Eddie's career coming to an end is like reading a real good book, and all of a sudden you come to the end, but you're not quite ready for it.
I think that football taught me to win without bragging and lose without offering excuses.
I think he's a great, good man because I've seen all of these qualities. I've seen them, and I can vouch for everything. He does not live a lie. Never did.
That's how Coach Robinson said, Coach, every player as if you wanted him to marry your daughter. He thought about them as men first.
Yeah, he really did. You know, my dad's a coach. I have great respect for what Coach Rob has done. And it's not just the hundreds of people that he's affected that he's coached. It's the hundreds and hundreds of those guys are affected because of what Eddie Robinson meant in their lives. He's a great man.
And it should be noted, Eddie Robinson would probably keep coaching if he could. And for those of you who did not show up for his final home game, you should all be ashamed of yourself. Now, Nightline, though, will honor Eddie Robinson tonight. Love, honor, and history. Eddie Robinson, the history of a lifetime. Tonight on Nightline, do not miss it. Stick around. Scott Frost having another great game. 19 yards on this touchdown run. It gave Nebraska a 10-0 lead. Colorado has added a field goal. 10-3, your score at halftime.
You can keep your car looking clean, but you got to keep your engine clean too. Newly formulated Valvoline DuraBlend motor oil is a synthetic blend that suspends the dirt, unburned fuel, and water that cause harmful deposits and reduces oil burnoff. DuraBlend protects vital engine parts, so your engine runs cleaner and better longer. It outperforms all leading conventional motor oils because a car can look great, but it's what's inside that counts. Valvoline DuraBlend.
To get the most out of your digital satellite system, you need DirecTV. And for expert advice and guaranteed low prices on your new system, you need Circuit City. We're your DSS experts, and we'll show you how to see more sports, movies, and pay-per-view than on any other system. Right now, get $100 off professional installation or get a self-install kit free with any DSS purchase. Circuit City. You can't get a lower price. We guarantee it.
Hi, I'm John Bickner, president of the University of Colorado. At CU, learning takes place inside the mind and outside the classroom, mentoring neighborhood school children, taking the first steps toward the global scientific community, and meeting the needs of an evolving workplace. Whether you're scaling a mountain by degrees or pursuing your own degree, meet your challenge at the University of Colorado, a total learning environment.
Back to Valvoline Halftime 97, John Saunders and Todd Blackledge. Tomorrow, more college football here on ABC. A very important matchup for Penn State against a struggling Michigan State team, but important for Penn State because they still think they can go to the Alliance and likely would if they win this game.
Yeah, they've really played well the last couple weeks. This game is going to be a great matchup of two very talented running backs for Penn State. Curtis Enos averaging 126 yards per game. He's been a workhorse all year. Cedric Irvin leads the way for Michigan State, averaging just under 100 yards, also the team's leading receiver. And for Penn State, quarterback Mike McQueary has played outstanding football the last 2 weeks, 5 touchdowns and 0 interceptions.
So Michigan State, as we mentioned, they've lost 4 of their last 5 games. Check local listings for the game available in your area. If you're not getting the one from the Big Ten, you'll see Georgia against Georgia Tech. Georgia, by the way, still has a chance to get to the SEC championship game as they play this non-conference game. Also following football tomorrow, it's the Skins Dame. For more on that, let's join Mike Tirico.
Oh, jeez. Well, tomorrow it is the front nine of the Skins game. The stakes have been raised, $600,000 on the line this weekend at Rancho La Quinta. Behind us, Mark O'Mara and Tiger Woods, two of the competitors, getting ready as they get a tour around Rancho La Quinta today. Mark O'Mara, boy, who plays better than Mark out in California? Also here, Tom Lehman, the Player of the Year in 1996. And there is Tiger Woods, who set the golf world on fire all year in 97. And who'll forget his memorable hole-in-one that brought great crowd reaction in Phoenix. Could see some of that excitement here this weekend as well. And filling in for Fred Couples, it will be David Duval. What did he do? He only won the last 3 tournaments and finished second on the money list. So that's the lineup for tomorrow, the Skins game. We'll see you at 4:30 Eastern for the front nine here on ABC Sports.
All right, Mike, so stay warm right there. It obviously looks like an easy thing to do. That's the Skins game. Following football tomorrow. Stick around. There's still more to come. Nebraska has a lead, and their defense has done a great job. Eric Warfield with the pick of John Hessler. It's 10-3 at halftime.
Considering the cost of today's exotic multi-metallic engine parts, shouldn't you use an antifreeze coolant with a patented new formula designed to protect your entire engine? Zerex Antifreeze, extreme protection for today's engines.
From the moment you draw your first breath, you're different.
Unique in look and personality.
Footprint and DNA. And no one understands that more than the men and women of Fidelity, who work with 12 million investors,
no two of whom are alike. How you work with us is your choice.
Because it's your money. And helping you make the most of it is what makes Fidelity different.
Presenting the Valvoline Big Play Rebate and Sweepstakes. Save $4 on a case of Valvoline motor oil, and you could win one of 6 Mark Martin signature Ford Thunderbirds. Here comes Mark now. He's up and right on the money. Valvoline, the #1 choice of top mechanics.
Valvoline Halftime 97, brought to you by Valvoline, the #1 choice of America's top mechanics. People who know use Valvoline.
On the field, sometimes a player tries to mess with me, make me angry. If I let myself be drawn in, it could cost us the game. It's the same on the street, but the risk is greater. If someone tries to draw you into a fight, don't feed into it. Stay in control, talk it out, or walk away. You'll get respect and live to tell about it. So squash the anger. Squash it. Squash it.
This message provided by the NCAA.
Tonight, rent to own. Sounds great. Low weekly payments and soon the item's yours. But wait till you see what our hidden cameras found. 2020 investigates tonight.
Kevin Falk has 2 touchdown runs and 101 yards. LSU leading Arkansas 24-21. And Pittsburgh looking for their 6th victory and perhaps a bowl invitation. Pete Gonzalez with 2 touchdown passes. They lead West Virginia 21-10. It's time now to introduce the Burger King Scholar Athlete of the Week Award. Each week, Burger King Corporation during the 1997 season will donate $1 million to the general scholarship funds of recipient colleges and universities. This week's featured scholar athlete is West Virginia's senior linebacker Steve Lippy. Whether it's school or football, Lippy aspires to be the very best.
That's the type of person I am. I can be the best at everything I do, and unfortunately, I don't have much patience for not being the best right away. I want to be like the best right away and everything.
Steve Lippy, the Burger King Scholar Athlete. Win tickets to this season's Rose Bowl. Get online with ABC Sports College Football and solve the word puzzles to enter. All on America Online. Keyword ABC Sports. And ABC Sports coverage of college football will continue after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
A company most people never heard of is changing the way we fight cancer and kidney failure. By inducing the body to produce blood cells, chemotherapy and anemia patients are gaining new strength. Helping to grow blood cells helped Amgen become the world's largest biotech company. Where do you learn about companies with such pioneering spirit? Exactly. NASDAQ.com.
Some decisions are harder than others. The Chrysler Sebring LXI Coupe or the Sebring Limited Convertible. For the passionate side, fully independent suspension, speed-sensitive steering, multi-valve V6, and a luxurious leather-trimmed interior. The practical side, lease the convertible from just $299 a month. And on the coupe, get $1,000 cash back and luxurious leather at no charge. Some decisions are easier than others. Chrysler, engineered to be great cars.
Saturday, there's a Thanksgiving sports feast on ABC. At 1 Eastern, bowl bids are on the line when Penn State beats Michigan State, or Georgia Tech in regional action. Then Woods, O'Meara, Duval, and Layman try to stuff their pockets on the first 9 holes of the Skins game. It's all Saturday on ABC.
Here's a rather simple math lesson. If you own or rent one of these and have one of these, you could save this. In fact, save up to 20% on your auto insurance with American Family. Just call an American Family agent. So let's review. One of these and one of these could save you up to 20% on your auto insurance. Told you it was simple. And all you have to remember are these 3 words.
American Family Insurance.
All your protection under one roof. An equal housing insurer.
Well, if I had money, I'd tell you what to do. I'd go downtown, buy a Ford truck or two. I'm crazy about a Ford truck.
Right now, get into any 97 Ranger and get $1,750 cash back or financing as low as 1.9. That's any Ranger, $1,750 cash back or 1.9 financing. And celebrating 50 years of toughness, F-150. Now get any F-150 with financing as low as 2.9.
The last 50 years, there's only been one truck built Ford tough.
Woo! Listen up. I have been to the edge and back, and I will tell you what I've learned. What I have learned is you don't need outer crust.
Introducing the Edge Pizza from Pizza Hut, a new pizza with no outer crust or the toppings go right to the edge.
I have been to the edge and back.
Join. 16 pieces of pure pulchritudinous toppings. Have you been to the edge?
Try any of the Edge recipe pizzas and get a second medium for only $6, only at Pizza Hut.
You're watching the Nebraska Cornhuskers on NTV.
Our halftime score in Folsom Field, Boulder, Colorado. Nebraska 10, the Colorado Buffaloes 3. Bob's had his 3 sugar cookies. He is refreshed and ready to go. Now, we have had not one single 3 and out in this whole first half.
We've only had 7 possessions in the game. Nebraska's only had 3, scored twice. Colorado's had the ball 4 times, and every possession has been at least 5 plays. So there's been no 3 plays and punt, something you normally see in games like this.
And Scott Frost has become the very first Nebraska quarterback ever to rush for 1,000 yards. So he's headed for 1,000 yards passing if he gets a chance.
Colorado actually gaining more yards, 181 to 167. Time of possession is about the same. This is what Neuheisel wanted. He wanted to shorten the game, fewer snaps, just let the clock run, and pretty much had his way in the first half.
Buffaloes will kick off to the Cornhuskers to start the second half of play. Leslie will kick it for the Buffs. Wiggins and Walker are deep for Nebraska. Place kicker knocks it way back in the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. First down. Here's Lynn Swan.
Well, Keith, I had a chance to talk with Neuheisel going off the field, and he said he's very happy with the way his team played in the first half. His team is still in this ball game. They're only 7 points down. What they have to do is take advantage of their opportunities and not make the mistakes. Now, Tom Osborne came out and said what he wants to do is just be more consistent in the second half. Because the only play that hurt him in the first half was the fake punt that led to 3 points for Colorado, Keith.
All right, somebody, we're going to get rid of that goal yet. From the 20, it's Ahman Green. Wide open up the middle. It's a foot race. Kelly can catch him. Yes. So Ben Kelly runs him down as Vershawn Jackson led him down the field, got him past the line of scrimmage, and Ahman Green turns in a big play all the way to the Buffalo 17, and that is bad news for the Buffaloes.
This is offensive line work at its best, Keith. Zadiska and Anderson, watches are going to come around on this little trap right up the center of the defense. Right there, and there's a split right up the middle. 4.35 speed for Ahman Green is caught from behind.
And Green doesn't get a chance to go out and get a breath. They give him the ball right back and say, do it again, big guy, and here he goes. Touchdown. Like John McKay used to say, why? Ball ain't heavy. You don't belong to no union. Send him. And he made it pay off. 2 plays, 80 yards, Ahman Green.
Is that the mark of a champion or what, Keith? Come out, they go in at halftime, they make some adjustments. 2 plays, they go 80 yards.
Trying to make it 17-3 with Kris Brown on the placement.
Tom says, that's just what I expected from you, son.
17-3 Nebraska. Green now, 14 carries, 132 yards, and a touchdown. 2 carries in that drive of 80 yards with a touchdown. Ahman, you can now rest.
It is 180 degrees from expected. It is a leather-trimmed interior, available heated front seats, and an Infinity 10-speaker audio system. The new Chrysler Town & Country LXI, built on the belief that great cars appeal to a more passionate side. And now it's available with $1,000 cash back or a very special low lease rate. Chrysler, engineered to be great cars.
Play it back, rock, rap, fast food, cool, dude. Home and one, home run, Dr. Pepper, taste the fun. Movie star, classic car, talk show, Bobby and Ken will this again. It's the replay. Now is the time. Now is the time. Dr. Pepper, this is the taste. Dr. Pepper. Now is the
These days, it seems like everyone's getting into racing. So make a pit stop at your local Napa store. This Napa Gold Championship Edition die-cast truck, a detailed replica, the one driven by 96 Truck Series champ Ron Hornaday, is just $24.99 for a limited time. And the holidays are sure to run more smoothly when there's a shiny new battery in your sleigh. The Napa NASCAR Select battery will make sure you get to all the places you promised to be for as low as $69.99. Only at the Ho-Ho Holiday Sale, going on now at Napa.
The division lead is on the line. Brett Favre and the Packers meet the Minnesota Vikings on ABC's Monday Night Football. Bring on the game now!
No, hey, coach.
Ahman Green's 10th straight 100-yard game, and that's his career total to this point. It is also his longest rush of the year for Nebraska, for anybody's for Nebraska. If he comes back next year, which there's every indication that he's going to, he'll have a chance to catch Mike Rozier in the record book. I've not heard one word to suggest that he was not coming back.
No, and he's kind of been the forgotten guy this year. They talk about all these other running backs around, and Ahman Green has done a nice job.
He probably likes it.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Keith, Bob, I talked to Tom Osborne about that fact just before the game. He said he's a low-key guy. He doesn't talk much, and you're correct. That's why there hasn't been a lot of attention about him. But he's of the mind that if he stays another year, and that's strictly going to be his decision, that he is going to elevate his stock for the National Football League. He had a couple of guys he said that he thought would have been low first-round picks if they had left early, stayed on in Nebraska, and they were high first-round picks, and he thinks that'll be the case with Ahman Green. Keith?
All right. And here's Colorado now. First down from the 20. Hessler's flushed. Looking for help. Throws it as far as he can for Cheverini. He caught it! Oh, great play. He was defended by Sweeney just about as good as you could do it, and he just went up and got it. And it's a big play for the Buffaloes.
It was a nice play by Hessler, too, Keith. He got outside. He saw his man one-on-one against Sweeney, the true freshman, and says, I trust Cheverini. If I get that ball down there, he's either going to catch it or he's going to take it away from the other guy. Lots of time, first down passing. That's with the schedule. Looking into the sun. Cheverini runs a little out and up. He was pushed out of bounds. The official barks it, but he comes right back in and can make the first play on the ball. That's different from the NFL.
Hessler setting up a screenplay down the sidelines for Charrington. He's on his way. Touchdown. Colorado answers. Nebraska, 2 plays, touchdown to start the half. Colorado, 2 plays, 80 yards, touchdown. And we're right back where we were. Well, that's pretty exciting stuff.
You've said it, partner. 2 plays, both ways. Back where we started.
Jeremy Aldrich for the point. And it's good. So, we have used very little time. And we've put 14 more points on the board.
Vacation travelers know that when it comes to renting a car, there's really only one place to go. National Car Rental. Especially if you're planning to go to the Walt Disney World 25th anniversary celebration. Because as the official car rental company of Walt Disney World, National gets you in your car and on the road fast. So what are you waiting for? Let's go to the Walt Disney World 25th anniversary with National Car Rental. But hurry, the celebration ends January 31st.
Trailers for sale or rent, rooms to let 50 cents. I'm a man of means, by no means, king of the road. 2 hours of pushing broom buys an 8, 12, 4-bedroom. I'm a man of means, by no means, king of the road.
Some decisions are harder than others. The Chrysler Sebring LXI Coupe or the Sebring Limited Convertible. For the passionate side, fully independent suspension, speed-sensitive steering, multi-valve V6, and a luxurious leather-trimmed interior. The practical side, lease the convertible from just $299 a month. And on the coupe, get $1,000 cash back and luxurious leather at no charge. Some decisions are easier than others. Chrysler, engineered to be great cars.
Nebraska's 2-play drive took 35 seconds. Colorado's answer, 32 seconds. 14 points in 1 minute and 7 seconds. The Buffaloes will kick off. Our score now 17-10, Cornhuskers. Jason Leslie gets it up in the air, and it is Walker, 2 yards deep. He's coming.
Look out.
Oh, what a hit. Wow.
There was a lane there.
John Sanders, I think it was, and it got it.
Sanders doesn't get there. There's a lane.
Yep.
Let's go back to the touchdown. Nice call by Rick Neuheisel. Hard pass rush right here by these 2 ends. Watch the 3 offensive linemen get out. So the screen's going to come over here. They're rushing hard from the bottom of the screen. Allows the offensive lineman to get out, and 3 nice blocks downfield.
Very close to having a 3rd touchdown scored inside the 2 minutes. Woo, that was close. Penalty flag as the ball is given away to Ahman Green, Jay Sims, who's in there at tailback. So they're letting Ahman rest a bit in this series. Referee threw that flag. Randy Crystal.
Good ball.
It's very often noise, crowd noise, that causes that.
Nebraska's been going on a lot of quick counts, Keith. And when you go up there, the offensive tackles especially, when they're far away from you, they can't hear you as well. And they might hear something in the stands, or they may think it's all timing. And it's very difficult to go on a quick count on the road.
Sims Buffalo defense is cooking right now. Gained about 2 yards on the play. It'll be second down and 13, and Ahman Green has returned to the lineup.
I think Osborne does a great job calling plays within the system, within the scheme. He knows the option in the pass game so well from what he does.
Option. Green. You can hear that one. Terrell Cade led the defenders.
Ryan Black, number 6, did a nice job of stringing this out. Into the short side of the field. Not a lot of room to go. There's Black. Help from Cade.
Ball at the 23, third down. About 10 and a half. Cross goes down the middle of the field. He has his man. Kenny Cheatham for a first down on the Colorado side of the field, and he beat Damon Wheeler.
This is what you get on the option a lot, Keith. Look at this out here. One-on-one. There is nobody here in the middle. Everybody else is going up against the run. Top of your screen, down the middle of the field. There is nobody there. That's what Frost looks at a lot because everybody wants to stop the run game.
And it puts the ball at the 46-yard line of Colorado. Frost turns around and looks down the middle again. The pass is caught by Matt Davison. You remember him from the Miracle in Columbia. He shows up for the first time today.
Davison caught the deflection off of the foot of Wiggins in the end zone, and Neuheisel says, wait a minute now. They're starting to throw the football. Osborne on the other side calling 2 straight pass plays because he knows it's single coverage downfield.
Look at Scott Frost. He's now at 1,029 yards passing, 1,001 yards rushing. Up the middle goes Makovica. 8 yards. When your fullback running that first option up the middle is producing 5, 6, 7 yards on that play, I mean, see you later.
You've got to stop the fullback. If you don't stop the fullback, you've got no chance. You know, Tom's got everything going for him now. The pass game is open. The fullback is working. He's got his quarterback over 1,000 yards rushing and passing the same season.
Second down. Frost turns back into the middle. Jesse Warren got a shoulder on him, but and I believe they've held him short of the first down. I don't know. The ball has marked well across the 15. He has it. Yeah, he has it.
Charlie McBride, was the defensive coordinator for Nebraska, was talking about Scott Frost. And he was saying that, you know, he probably won't play in the NFL. He won't play in the NFL as a quarterback, but he's so tough and he's such a good athlete. He's a great athlete that he could probably see him playing strong safety or free safety in the pros. He's that good an athlete.
He can do exhibitions at halftime, long jumping and pole vaulting. He's that good of an athlete, and I'm not being a smart aleck because he was a decathlete in high school.
He was, and he won the state. He won the Nebraska State Shot Put Championship, Frost did.
Mom was a pretty good athlete, too. An Olympian.
She was an Olympian, that's right.
Mexico City. Ball is on the 11-yard line where it is second down and 7. Green is your eye back. Joel Makovic with the fullback. Option. Green. Wiggins through the block. And it's touchdown, Cornhuskers. I made that point when we just got started today that Nebraska's wide receivers block. Wiggins just did his job right there. 10 minutes and 37 seconds to go in the third quarter. 24-10, Nebraska.
Holiday greetings from Budweiser. The people who bring you Budweiser wish you and yours the very best of everything this holiday season.
We have the how-to clinics where we show the customer how to do the project themselves.
It's very hands-on. The customers are encouraged to come up to the front and actually start grouting the tile or spackling the drywall. It's excellent.
They've gotten some grout in their fingernails, and they realize, no, it's not all that tough.
They get involved, they get pumped, they take notes.
They want to learn it, and you're going to teach them.
And I think it's encouraging people to do things they thought might be too hard.
To have people go home and do that and come back and say, boy, that was a lot easier than you even made it seem. That's where the satisfaction is.
It is a deliberate departure from the norm. 180 degrees from expected. Spacious leather-trimmed interior. Available heated front seats. And now it ties as J.D. Power and Associates' most appealing minivan. The new Chrysler Town & Country LXI. Built on the belief that great cars appeal to a more passionate side. Chrysler. Engineered to be great cars.
Sports presentation of college football brought to you by Chrysler, engineered to be great cars. By Napa Auto Parts Stores, we keep America running. By Brewery Fresh Budweiser, who reminds you fresh beer tastes better. And by the Home Depot, America's home improvement coach.
Kris Brown. Back to the Buffaloes, number 1, Ben Kelly, and number 2, Damon Wheeler.
Nebraska kicking off. And the Buffaloes have yet to return a Kris Brown kickoff.
The option, go ahead and run this. Just watch as the wide receivers blocking in the system for Nebraska. Stop it right here. Look at this block here. This one up here. Stay with your men. Get in their face. You got a running back that's pretty good at finding the open area.
And Bob, when I was a wide receiver on winning teams, the coaches always stress this one fact. So wide receivers block downfield can be the difference between a good 10-yard run and a great touchdown. That's why you block downfield.
Were you a good running blocker, Lenny, for your halfbacks?
Oh, absolutely. I was all-pro blocking receiver.
That trophy on your wall.
Yeah, the Steelers. I don't remember the Steelers blocking downfield.
Take that out of your trunk and hang it on your wall, Twenty.
I will tell you, I blocked all the time. And maybe one of the greatest blocks of all time was my second year when John Stallworth in the playoff game against the Oakland Raiders, when Franco ran the sweep, he came inside and blocked a linebacker and a defensive end. Hit them both, a linebacker and a strong safety, hit them both. Franco goes around the corner. We play in Super Bowl 10 where I'm MVP, and I will forever be grateful to John Stallworth.
With that much of a memory on one play, I'm suspicious. You're probably right, though, as Hessler gets it off, had a man right in his face. And downfield fighting for the ball is Tennyson McCarty, and he couldn't come away with it. Defended well, as Mike Rucker was the man who was right in John Hessler's face, and I don't know how in the world John got it away. But he did. Eric Warfield was defending. An all-new drama tomorrow night on ABC at 8/7 Central. Eric Roberts starring in C-16, followed by a special episode of Nothing Sacred on a special night. And then Dylan McDermott in the practice. Tomorrow night on ABC. It's 3rd and long now, where you don't like to be on the 20-yard line. 3rd and 8. Pressure coming. Steps up. Gets it off. And is clobbered.
He doesn't have a lot of time to throw because the ends are forcing him to step up. And there's tight coverage downfield, Keith. Nobody was open.
Tony Ortiz, number 37, who is like a free safety up at a linebacker position, really popped it. You want to wear that to the kitchen table for supper?
He put him down, didn't he?
John, go over and see if we get somebody to tighten him up after that. Get a wrench. 4th down, they'll have to punt it. They faked the last time they did this. I don't think you'll see it here. Not in this field position. And Peach gets a beauty. He runs Newcomb all the way back to the 24-yard line. He's exciting. And he's finally out of bounds up around the 37-38. 53-yard punt, a 13-yard return, knocked out by Damon Wheeler at 9:22 to play in the 3rd quarter. Today we look back to Legion Field in Birmingham, Alabama, as Smith Barney remembers 16 years ago on this date, this man, Paul William Bear Bryant, needed one victory to pass Amos Alonzo Stagg on the all-time win list. They beat Auburn 28-17. The game is over. The man has made history. 315 wins. Well, Tom just passed 250. He's feeling good, so he's talking about 3 now. 300. They run it inside with the hammer, Makovica, and he gets about 3 yards. You see that Paul, when he bowed out at 1A at 323, Osborne now, Tom, about to pick up 253 today, but he's just had his full checkup. He feels pretty good. And, you know, there are only 6 coaches, active coaches today, who have defeated the Tom Osborne team. And that guy right above him in the rankings there, Bobby Bowden, they've been 12 losses, and Bowden's beaten him 6 times.
6 of the 12 losses.
6 of the 12 losses. You know what that looked like right there? Wonderful ball, and it's rolling around, and I think the Huskers got it back. It was knocked out, and then Chevin Wiggins came across to recover it. So Colorado almost had a break. That looked like the old A formation the Giants ran when Steve Owens was a coach up there.
Ryan Sutter had an outstanding shot at this ball and could not come up with it. Sutter 36, the bottom of your screen. The ball is going to get knocked out. Wiggins right there to get it.
I think Pollock is involved in the play as well. So it's 3rd down now, and the long 3, and they don't get it. So the Colorado defense stepping up again. Is that the first 3 and out?
That is the first 3 and out.
First time today they've gone, either team has gone 3 and out. And certainly the first time for Nebraska.
We had those opening 2 drives of the second half where they scored in 2 plays.
Yeah.
But they didn't get close to punting.
Jesse Kutch is in. Jesse is out of Columbus. He's a senior, averaging just under 40 yards per punt. Damon Wheeler is waiting. He's got to look up into that very bright sun. Pressure's on him, but he gets it out. It's a nice kick. Very high. He's going to take a shot at it. Got by 1, got by 2, but 4, 5, and 6 killed him at the 15-yard line. 46-yard punt and a 6-yard return. College football doubleheader tomorrow on ESPN. First, you've got Virginia Tech and Virginia from Charlottesville, and there's a lot hanging on that one. And then you got Notre Dame playing Hawaii. That's at 8:30 Eastern Time, 5:30 Pacific tomorrow in Honolulu. Notre Dame figuring if they can win it, they can get themselves the bowl bid. They disdained it last year, but this year they'll take it. Mainly because it gives Bob Davie and his staff an extra time to work on putting people into their system. Hessler's pass, good. First down at the 32-yard line to Phil Savoy, who's been very quiet of late, and suddenly he shows up and make it the 33-yard line.
Boy was a leading receiver, number 80. This is going to be a slant. Bump and run on the outside. This is good play calling and a nice throw by Hessler because it's quick, doesn't take a lot of time. and you get the ball to your big-time receiver.
Second catch of the day for Savoy for 27 yards. Herschel Troutman, the deep back. Hessler back throwing. Gets it away. Good count on it. Good turn upfield by Anderson. And Chris Anderson comes up for the first down at the 46-yard line. Hessler got his ball off in good rhythm. And Anderson turned it up just right.
Passing game is starting to work because the Colorado running game has been there behind the defense. If you look into the quarterback's eyes, and this sun that he's looking into does make a difference. You can't see as clearly as you'd like to because everything is like a blur. You're seeing all these white jerseys over there. You just want to make sure you throw it to the black jerseys.
Hessler 8 of 16 for 185 yards now, and a touchdown and an interception. Troutman on a little cut back into the middle and runs into a couple of trucks after a 2-yard pickup.
Jason Wiltz was one of those trucks. That's number 99. He plays opposite Jason Peter. And, Wiltz actually plays between Peter and Wister. I mean, you think he ever gets mentioned now and then between those two guys?
He's only a junior. 310 pounds from Newlands. He go home and get into that good Cajun cooking this summer. He'll come back bigger, stronger, and faster. On second down and 8, the pass to the sidelines is picked off.
Didn't see the outside guy.
Nope. This is Aaron Sweeney, the freshman. He was victimized for a great catch. Now he does a little payback and the intercept. It'll be Nebraska at the 27-yard line. The receiver broke it off. And looking into that bright sun, I don't think you can see the problem the coach has got from the sideline.
Exactly, Keith, and that's what I was just talking about. You can see some, but you can't pick up everybody in the secondary as quickly as you would like to.
Hey, Bob, when you're the quarterback, I got back behind where Hessler's at, and I'm looking to my right. Every time you look to the right, what you have to do is you squint. The sun's so bright coming over the rim of the stadium, you squint, and you can't possibly see the whole field when you're squinting.
Yeah.
So the Huskers get it back, leading 24-10. But the Colorado defense right now just downright nasty. Ahman Green is taken down right about the line of scrimmage.
Turnovers have been the plague of the Colorado Buffaloes this year, Keith. It's just one thing after another. 2 turnovers today for Neuheiser's group.
Well, Rick's getting seasoned as a coach.
On a little heat this year. Yeah. I expected him to win 10 games every year.
That comes from spoiling him. You spoil him too much. Here is the quarterback Frost, and Frost will get it up to about the 30-yard line, and they'll call him down. The Buffs came out with the ball. The officials say no.
Doing this for a few years. You know, you were talking about Tom Osborne, only six
active coaches,
12 losses. Another legend retiring tomorrow we ought to talk about, Keith.
Buffalo's bouncing the defense a little bit. Scott Frost checks off, goes to a shotgun. Here comes that tailback business, and he pitches it off to Ahman Green, and Green's going to have a first down for Nebraska.
Eddie Robinson at Grambling is retiring tomorrow after 57 years as head coach. And, we wish him all the best. Did you ever do a Grambling game?
No, never did. Never spent as much time with Eddie Robinson as I would wish I could have. Because I got a hunch you spend a day with that man and you'd be richer for it. Green's rushing in the ball game. And penalty flags all over the place on this one. But Ahman Green, 8 carries, 103 yards in the 3rd quarter. So he's having a whopping day.
Dead ball. False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. 2 remaining. First down.
Here's the Nebraska option. Nebraska fullback has carried it 8 times, 28 yards. The quarterback has kept it more than he's given it to the fullback, 71 yards for the quarterback, and then the pitch to the halfback has gotten 37 yards. Kind of controlled the option pretty well today, I'd say.
Well, you might be wondering, where's Green's long run in that? Well, it wasn't off the option. Real lie-back formation.
Right.
There goes Green here, weaving his way, and knocked out of bounds finally by Ryan Sutter.
Ahman Green. Pushed out of play by Sutter.
Green came into the game averaging 150 yards, and that put him number 3 in the nation in total yards rushing, almost 1,500 yards coming in. Another 166 here today.
He's out, and Sims is in at the I-back. One little breather after that last carry. Second down, 5. Sims. I don't know. These guys are, it's amazing. I mean, they run him into a crowd like that, and all of a sudden they come out the other side.
Well, and the amazing thing about it is they had 10 guys in the box that time. I mean, they had one wide receiver covered by a corner. Everybody else was lined up in tight.
Sims, incidentally, is the senior citizen on this football team. He's 26 years old. That was an 8-yard run for him. Ball is now at the Colorado 48-yard line, and Scott Cross lets it go down the middle. Incomplete, thrown too deep, intended for his pass-catching tight end, Sheldon Jackson, and Scott's holding his head because Jackson had a step.
Scott should have given it a little bit more air, lofted a little bit, give him a chance to run under it. Nebraska 41 rushing plays, only 7 passing. And that's just about the way they do things.
24-10, Cornhuskers are leading right now. And yes, they bought the oxygen tanks because it affects you, right? I'm personal testimony to that.
Very thin air. Going up the stairs there, huh?
Up and in pumping, boy. Whew. Cross turns it inside. And it's about a 2-yard pickup. And here's John.
Keith, time for the Burger King play of the day. Texas A&M against Texas. And running back Dante Hall had a terrific day. Takes this pitch here and then takes off. Beats a couple of tackles. Then along the sideline, gets it deep into Texas territory and sets up Sir Parker's second touchdown run of the game. A&M over Texas, 27-16. Keith.
R.C. Slocum and the Aggies will be playing these Cornhuskers next Saturday afternoon in San Antonio. Cross pass, good. Drilled it right to Shevin Wiggins and goes down on his knees right at the 32-yard line, and that's the first down.
The passing game for the Cornhuskers is not complicated. It doesn't have to be. It's because they run the ball so well, you're always going to get single coverage, and if you just look around, there's not much to read. Just look around, find an open guy, and throw it to him. 6 of 8, 100 yards on the day for Frost.
First down. Bellies it off to his fullback. This time he gave it to him. Remember that old belly series that Bobby Dodd used to run down at Georgia Tech when you knew a little more activity? It wasn't exactly like the option penalty flag here, but they'd kind of go down the line and then they'd pull it out and pitch it.
No, I don't remember that.
You don't remember that? Oh, my goodness. Didn't you have papers up there at Purdue? It's against Nebraska.
So, block below the waist.
Time remaining in the third quarter, 1:42 to see.
Illegal block on the offense. It'll be a 15-yard penalty, and it remains first down.
That's a big penalty because it's in the book in behalf of safety.
Yes, it is, and it's a good rule. You don't see it called too often. The coaches around are coaching that pretty well.
Sometimes, though, when you get yourself committed to throwing the block and the guy you're trying to block, he causes it.
Yes, runs away from you. Yep. So you slide down, you hit him, you start high, and you slide down. That should be a legal block, though.
First down and 22. Here's a little screen. Drop. Pass him.
Oh, boy, did he have a lane.
And he had
3 offensive linemen
and
one
3 18-wheelers in front of him.
And one little defensive back. Take a look, watch the right side of your screen. As this develops, you're going to see
look at
three offensive linemen and Rashidi Barnes out there to take them on.
Rashidi said, thank you very much, Lord. I won't call you for 30 days. Second down and 22. Now, he saw his man, Cheatham, was not available. Kelly had him pretty well covered.
It's good coverage by Kelly. That's right.
He's impressive. I like him. He's a freshman. #1.
Redshirt freshman. That's right. He's 3rd in the nation in kickoff returns. Has won this year for a touchdown. He can run.
I like the name, Ben Kelly. Dog could be a marshal. Third and 22. Option. Nobody out there. But because of the penalty and all of that, it will not be a first down. Ball come out. Huskers kept it. Lake got it.
3rd and 22. Nebraska has no problem running the option. Had 2 good blocks by his wide receivers downfield, but it did come out.
Oh, yeah, it did come out.
Lake got back on it.
Kris Brown has made his last 11 field goals. This one is end time. 46 yards. Big leg from South Lake, Texas. Got it. I wish I had a golf swing like that.
Yeah, huh? Hit it that straight.
20 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter, and Nebraska leads by 17, 27-10.
Championship on ABC Sports. The action kickoff of the
Well, I know I sound funny, but I don't sound like that.
It sounded like you after you hit a couple of bad drives.
It's time to go. You start sounding like that. Get out of town on the first wagon. That's what we were talking about. That's next Saturday on ABC. Wax starts it off, then down to San Antonio, and then to Atlanta.
Sonny Lubick at Colorado State's had a good year, hadn't he?
Sonny Lubick's a good football coach. Kelly Hayes came down through the snow with his camels and 2 buffaloes and made it. If he goes home, Al, he might not get back on Monday night. It's snowing in the high country.
He's talking about his spotters sitting over there next to him. His play-by-play guys just love their spotters. Take care of them. Mention their names every now and then.
We send a tank for them when we have to. Brown gets it up in the air. Got a lot of air under it, but it's still deep. And Ben Kelly says, no, thank you. I'm not as big as anybody I see coming down wearing white, and I'm not going to give them a chance to beat on me, so I'll take it at the 20.
Talked about Sonny Lubick in that WAC championship game, Dennis Francione at New Mexico. done a great job this year. And
fantastic turnaround.
36 years since they've been in the bowl game.
Yep. Almost as long as the Cougars.
Good job, Dennis.
First down at the 20 for the Buffs. They're down by 17, and this ought to be the last play of the third quarter. Look out. They sack him, and he's fortunate he kept the ball. Jason Wilkes led the surge. And we've played 27-10. ABC Sports presentation of college football back after this message and the word from our ABC station.
Some decisions are harder than others. The Chrysler Sebring LXI Coupe or the Sebring Limited Convertible. For the passionate side, fully independent suspension, speed-sensitive steering, multi-valve V6, and a luxurious leather-trimmed interior. The practical side, lease the convertible from just $299 a month. And on the coupe, get $1,000 cash back and luxurious leather at no charge. Some decisions are easier than others. Chrysler, engineered to be great cars.
In a perfect world, broccoli would taste more like ice cream. In the real world, Diet Dr. Pepper does taste more like regular Dr. Pepper. It's the taste you've been looking for.
The aluminum in your car radiator is as thin as this sheet, and it's the only thing between you and a breakdown. But Prestone Antifreeze bonds with aluminum, forming a zone of protection against corrosion and temperature extremes. Protect your car in the Prestone zone.
Sunday, ABC brings Mortal Kombat home to you. Action never looked so damn good. Street Fighter, ABC Sunday. Parental discretion advised.
It's not a holiday unless it's a VK holiday at Video Kingdom. When? This Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Where? Only at Video Kingdom stores across Nebraska. Get store-wide savings on great name brands. Save up to $700 on a new big screen. Get any Mitsubishi product free till $19.99. Or take home a free digital satellite system with a new RCA big screen. Your holiday doesn't start until you get to the VK holiday at Video Kingdom. When? This Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Where? Only at Video Kingdom stores across Nebraska.
The Huskers, the Stripes, the Edge. Get it all at the Sporting Edge. The Sporting Edge opened its huge new store at the Conestoga Mall in Grand Island. And it has the newest in Nebraska stuff, like Nebraska t-shirts and ties, Husker flags and footballs, Husker trucks and tire covers, Husker glassware and golf balls, Husker helmets and hats, Nebraska candles and clocks, and Husker signs and sweatshirts. Get an edge on Christmas with the newest Nebraska lamps and lockers, tables and chairs, and more. So get the Huskers Edge at the Sporting Edge, Conestoga Mall, Grand Island, Hilltop Mall, Kearney.
You're watching the Nebraska Cornhuskers on NTV.
College football on ABC Sports.
Colorado, second down and 20. And John Hessler being sacked, but it was better than to throw the ball away. But in the process of trying to protect it, he almost lost it. As the Nebraska front came and got him. Now it is second down. And they're calling it 18, but it's more than that, folks. Trust me. Uh-oh. Lineman stepped on him again, and down he goes.
That is the fault of the line, Keith. They can't take a step back before the quarterback gets out of there, obviously. They're going to step on him every time. It's a fault of one of the guards on the center. It's the right guard again. It's the same one that did it, the left guard, the same one that did it the last time.
Yeah, but Bob, sometimes if the quarterback is standing there with his feet parallel as opposed to staggered, he makes it more difficult for himself, doesn't he?
No way, Lenny. No way.
You know, you're going to get anything up here about quarterbacks. So you think, what do you think he's talking to? Oh, my goodness. The Nebraska front is just destroying everything right now for the Buffaloes. Mike Rucker and Jason Wilkes and Jason Peter and Grant Wistrom.
They used a good term. They just destroy, Keith. Charlie McBride, the defensive coordinator, just sends these guys after quarterbacks. And they do a nice job of destruction.
Go! So Nick Peach is in to punt.
He had a 53-yarder a few minutes ago. He needs another one, but the most important thing is don't step back, because it'll be 2 points for the other guys. Bobby Newcomb is waiting, looking up into that bright sun. The angle's getting better, though, as the shadows creep out. And the kick is out of the... That's a good one, too. He's turned in a couple of dandies. Runs Newcomb back, and Newcomb accepts the ball. And now you get a quick penalty flag thrown across the way. And it may very well be on Colorado.
It's the same thing that we've seen all year long, Keith. Guys getting too close to the punt return man, not giving him that 2-yard buffer.
Violation of the 2-yard halo. Be a 5-yard penalty. First down, Nebraska.
So that'll move Nebraska over to the Colorado side of the field at the 47. And I would say to you folks, you can't give Nebraska the football on your side of the field.
Well, that's a penalty we've seen called all year long. We've seen that called more than fouls on other types of fouls on the kicking game. That is the #1 foul we've seen this year.
Meet Caitlin Keats, nature lover. She also loves the new interior of the Chevy S10. There's a lot to be said for the great indoors. Chevy S10, like a rock.
You can keep your car looking clean, but you got to keep your engine clean too. Newly formulated Valvoline DuraBlend motor oil is a synthetic blend that suspends the dirt, unburned fuel, and water that cause harmful deposits and reduces oil burn-off. DuraBlend protects vital engine parts, so your engine runs cleaner and better longer. It outperforms all leading conventional motor oils because a car can look great. But it's what's inside that counts. Valvoline DuraBlend.
Now.
Can you come home?
No. I'm in the middle of nowhere.
It took weeks for news to reach its destination. Today, neither time nor distance can keep us from sharing our lives.
Breathe, honey. Hey, you get another contraction?
You're supposed to keep counting.
5, 6, 7.
Philips introduces ISIS, the cellular phone that can let you talk up to 6 long hours.
I love you, honey. Honey?
ISIS from Philips.
Tonight, is there a doctor in the house? You may never have to worry again. This high-tech gizmo could put you in touch with one even at 30,000 feet. Watch ABC's World News tonight.
Quick summary. Nebraska rolling up the yardage on the ground, as you see. Green having a big day, 166. Colorado again hurt by turnovers, and Charrington is having a good ball game. Wayne Charrington, you'll hear a lot about him, I expect. He's just sophomore. Here's Nebraska now, first down at the Colorado 47-yard line. And Frost looking to damage him. Got a man wide open, and he missed it. I mean, there wasn't anybody around.
There was nobody within 20 yards of him. The biggest decision was, do I keep going to the center of the field, or do I break to the outside?
Bobby Newcomb, number 12, had drifted out into the middle. And I'll guarantee you, if he catches it, there isn't anybody in a black shirt that's going to catch it.
Yeah, watch this from the end zone. He's going to come from the right side of your screen, play action fake.
I mean, look at the middle of the field.
Right there, stop it there. Here's the receiver. Now just watch. Frost is going to throw it to the center of the field. I think he was wide open. The receiver broke back to the outside.
My goodness.
Never that wide open. You always have a defensive man to run the route off of. And there was no reference point there.
That means if I'm in the open ocean, I've lost. No matter, right?
Yes.
Get him a compass.
Sophisticated passing teams have rules and regulations about pass routes and things, but I don't think Nebraska works that long and hard on their pass game.
This is the best starting point the Huskers have had all day. It's third down and 8 from the 45. Cross throws, falls, and it's through the hands of Chevin Wiggins. He could have touched that one a little bit and probably made it work. So it's 4th down.
They had some pressure on him. Scott knows he's a little upset that he could have completed this one, but there was a little pressure on the quarterback. He could have caught that. Could have caught it.
Yeah. If you're a wide receiver, he'd say, well, it was a little too high. Ty Gregorak, that true freshman of Colorado, was getting into Scott Frost's face that time, forcing Todd to throw it probably before he wanted to. So Jesse Cush comes on, 36 and 46, his previous 2 punts. And that's an old knuckleball. That's going to go. Look at that thing bounce just exactly right for the Huskers. They're going to down it at the 9-yard line with 12 minutes and 25 seconds to play in the old ball game.
Everybody likes trucks. Not many companies in the world build customized products on an assembly line.
Okay. Oh, it's a Dash 13, yeah.
I would tell our competitors today, stay in your manual world. Don't think about utilizing technology, and we'll see you and where you are in about 5 years.
I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back. I want my baby back, chili, baby back rib. I want my baby chili, baby back rib.
Barbecue sauce.
I want my baby back, chili, baby back rib. I want my baby chili, baby back rib.
Barbecue sauce.
I got my baby back rib.
Chili's grills like no place else.
Like a rock, I was strong as I could be. Like a rock, nothing ever got to me.
As the years go by, some slow down and take it easy. Some don't.
Like a rock,
Chevy, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road.
like a rock.
ABC Sports presentation of college football brought to you by Chevrolet Trucks, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road. By Chili's Grill and Bar, home of the ranch hand filet. By State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And by Dr. Pepper and your local Dr. Pepper butler. Dr. Pepper, this is the taste. The Colorado Buffaloes starting at their own 9-yard line. This is the 9th possession of the ball game for them. 8 of those 9 have started at their 20 or worse. So it has been field position favoring Nebraska virtually all day, but that's a good play there. Pass completed to Brody Hefner. First time the tight end has seen it today, and it moves the chains.
And he's getting some great pass protection on first down, Keith. If they threw on first down all day, John would have a lot of time to throw, but when they have to get good protection on 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9, it's just not there.
52,738 at the ballpark. 2nd down and 1 after the completion. And there's a penalty flag, and I think he might have had his first down, but let's see about the old flag with Topman carrying it. Could be almost anything in that melee. Holding Colorado. Oh, my goodness.
Well, they've had a lot of holding in that offensive line this year, Keith. A lot of penalties, turnovers.
Well, I was watching the tape of the Washington State game the other day, and I've never seen so much laundry on the field. It was incredible. I mean, you can whistle a ball game to death. If you have a mind to, you can call a penalty on every play.
Since they changed the blocking rules for the offensive linemen, where you didn't have to keep your hands into your chest, you could stick your hands out. Now you see the first move of an offensive lineman a lot of time is they go outside the frame of the defensive man to contain him. You can call holding on every play.
On every play if you had a mind to, sure. That's an 11-yard penalty, so it's 2nd down and 12. The ball is thrown, and it is incomplete.
Thrown behind him, yeah.
Thrown behind him, Phil Savoy, and Phil could not make a turn and get it, though he did have a little daylight over there.
As a look from behind the offense. Quick passing. The ball was out in front of him a little bit. He might have some running room. Number 16 is Sweeney, the true freshman. They've thrown a lot of balls in his direction today.
He's got 1 interception, too.
Yes, he does.
3rd down and 12.
That's a bad pass. They had a defensive, he had a man right in his face. I think an offensive man was backed up into his face.
Yep.
You just can't get much business done against Nebraska on 3rd down and long yardage.
Not when you're dancing around inside your 10-yard line either, because they are going to lay their ears back when you're in. They got you in that fix. So here comes Nick Peach for his 4th punt of the day. Last time he kicked out of his end zone, he got 49 yards. That can be returned. Taken by Lance Brown, and can't turn himself upfield too quickly, so he's at the 42-yard line of Colorado. 1st down for the Huskers.
Chevy Blazer with driver control system. A little security in an insecure world.
This little light of mine.
Born black and a woman at a time when it paid to be neither. She became the first black woman to serve in the Texas Senate, then the first from the South elected to Congress.
My faith in the Constitution is whole, it is complete, it is total.
With her grit and determination, Barbara Jordan inspired a nation.
I have finally been included in We the People.
State Farm salutes life heroes because State Farm understands life.
We come here on a glorious quest, a search for that which can be found nowhere else. Where, in the trenches where mighty men clash, amidst the echoes of glories past, high atop Olympus. Oh, this is our quest. This is what football is all about. Now all I gotta do is find that nacho guy.
(27-10). The Huskers have control of the ball game right now against Colorado, and Saturday on 1 Eastern regional action here on ABC, as we have Penn State at Michigan State. We have Georgia at Georgia Tech. Check your local listings for the game in your area, and then after football at 4:30 Eastern, the Skins game. Brett Couples withdrew from the Skins game, replaced by David Duvall. He goes with Tom Lehman, Mark O'Mara, and Tiger Woods. This is Ahman Green carrying the ball for the Nebraska Cornhuskers.
Where are they playing those skin games, Geach?
La Quinta, Rancho La Quinta in Palm Springs area. It's been raining out there. I don't know how the weather is now. But these Nebraska Cornhuskers are making a statement. They scored 70-odd points last week. They had their scare and in Columbia against Missouri and had a miracle to help them bail it out. Akabeka is just planted by Murkison on that carry. On 2nd down and short, but it's still close to the 1st down because of the offensive line surge.
One of the problems this year for Colorado is that man right there, Murkison, has missed 6 games. He's their best defensive player. And they certainly have had a multitude of problems this year, both on offense and defense, but losing him for 6 of the games has been a problem.
Aaron Taylor commenting on Nebraska's position now as they are second in the national polls and at one time were third, and all this bouncing around, and they were a little miffed because they lost a place despite the fact they won. But Taylor said this about the circumstance of the Cornhuskers and this national championship business.
Without considering Nebraska in this, it's just not a national championship. You know, that's the way we feel around here. And, you know, we've had the consistency throughout the past years that, you know, hey, if we're not there, it's not right.
Well, they're going to be there.
Well, I agree. They're in the hunt, Keith. If something would happen to Michigan at the Rose Bowl, they could win their third championship in the last 4 years.
Frost is going for the bundle on third and very short, and won't get it as he overthrows Kenny Cheatham with Ben Kelly defending on the play.
But I don't think, unless Michigan gets beat, that Nebraska will have a chance, because I think a lot of the voters will remember how lucky they were and fortunate against Missouri to win that game.
But you got to have a little luck on the high road.
Oh, there's no question about that. And Osborne has done a great job.
They've got the first down. They only needed about a half yard as Scott Frost sneaks it over. Well, here's Frost's comment on Michigan.
People around the country, especially the media, are kind of infatuated with Michigan right now, simply because they've won a couple big games, and I think they're kind of the new kid on the block as far as in the national title hunt lately, and people just seem to be in love with them.
And there's some truth to that.
Well, I think there is, but I think Michigan's schedule has been much tougher too, Keith, in all honesty, than the schedule that Nebraska has played. But still, you line them up and you play them and you beat them. Bring on, you know, I'm sure Nebraska says, bring on anybody. We'll play them and beat them.
Oh, we'll damn sure try. Here's your option. Little thudding with that one as Sutter absorbs the shoulder from Green. Sometimes these big old running backs will just drop their shoulder, and if they get a defender just right, I mean, they can turn him upside down. And that was almost the case there.
This is the last weekend of the regular season, Keith, and you know, as we're liking to do sometimes, you know, talk about the surprise teams of the year a little bit, and who had good years and who didn't.
Let me make this point about Sutter, however, as Green runs in the middle. Sutter has 15 tackles in this ball game, so Ryan has been very busy.
He is the free safety, and when you have an option team, free safeties are usually going to make a lot of tackles.
You got 9.5 minutes to play in this ball game, and Nebraska is chewing on the clock right now, leading by a score of 27-10. They've got all the points they feel they need, I think.
I think your alma mater had a great year, huh?
Yes, they did.
Winning the Pac-10, Washington State. Nobody expected them to go 10-1.
Great for Mike Price.
Mike Price did an outstanding job.
And here's Scott Frost had a touchdown in his hands in the corner of the end zone if he'd have thrown it down there, but he elected to go instead to Green, and Hannibal Davies just ate him up. Cheatham was on a fly to the corner.
That's what Cheatham was saying. You know, what was wrong with me? Well, Scott says, hey, I had some men in my face and I couldn't see you, partner.
So this is going to bring up.
See, he couldn't see downfield. And, he says, take a look downfield. If he's not there, get rid of it quickly to your outlet.
It'll bring in a punt. Jesse Cush will punt. It'll be his fourth of the day, and he should hit it around the 45-yard line with Damon Wheeler deep for Colorado. Trying to hang it up there, but that's in the end zone. So it'll come out to the 20 where the Buffaloes will have it. First down.
Papa's got a brand new bag. And this is crazy scene. It's not too fancy, but it's fine and pretty clean. It ain't no drag. Papa's got a brand new bag.
Isn't that a pretty sight?
So how many miles? 50?
90. 90,000 miles. Shoot, that's just getting broke in for a Chevy.
Is that a scratch?
Scratches give character.
The best long-term quality of any full-size pickup belongs to Chevy.
Women like character.
Chevy, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road.
Whew, what'd you step in?
There's a medical emergency, but no hospital. What do you do? Build one. Leadership. Learn it now in the Army Reserve. Use it now in your career.
Presenting the Valvoline Big Play Rebate and Sweepstakes. Save $4 on a case of Valvoline motor oil, and you could win one of 6 Mark Martin signature Ford Thunderbirds. Here comes Mark now. He's up and right on the money. Valvoline, the #1 choice of top mechanics.
We've got a new quarterback for the Colorado Buffaloes, Jeremy Weisinger. 200-pound sophomore from Uvalde, Texas, has come in. He didn't get to play much this year. He was in the weight room working out, dropped the weight on his leg and cracked it. But he's healed and he's sacked. Jason Peters says, welcome, Jeremy.
That man right there may well be the first defensive lineman taken in the NFL draft, Keith. He's an interior defensive lineman, so he doesn't get the big numbers that Andre Wadsworth and Grant Wistrom get. He's on the inside, so he fights all the guards and the tackles, is often double-teamed, and he just fights through 2 or 3 guys there. He is something else.
Now it is 2nd down and 15 for Colorado. Weisinger's pass to the sideline is incomplete, intended for Phil Savoy. Thrown wide of the target.
Talking about surprise teams this year, my alma mater did all right.
Yes, they did. Joe Tiller.
Joe Tiller did a great job of restoring the winning tradition there at Purdue.
And he brought a new kind of an offense to the Big Ten, didn't he?
Well, he did. They said, I don't know if that one back, 3 wide receiver passing could win in the Big Ten and the weather and all that. Well, he said, have you ever seen the weather in Wyoming in November?
That's right. And Harvard went 7-0 in the Ivy League.
Harvard.
7-0. 3rd down play. 3rd and long. Weisinger is down. Rucker is there and Ortiz. Those two got him.
But the speed of Ortiz coming from behind.
Well, he's a safety size. You know, he's 215 pounds. He's built like, he looks rangy like a
linebacker.
Safety.
He's a safety playing linebacker with great speed. Ortiz right there.
Everybody's making a big to-do. Is Andy Mitchell coming into punt now? Colorado unable to do anything with that possession, but much to-do being made of UCLA. But I thought going into the season, the Bruins are going to be pretty good.
Well, they lost their first 2. If they hadn't have lost to Washington State in August, they would be going to the World Cup.
That's right.
Lost a close game there and won to Tennessee the following week, and that's all they lost.
Mitchell up the field, and it is caught by Chevin Wiggins for Nebraska, and he puts it back at the Colorado 47-yard line, where it's a 1st down for the Huskers. 6.5 minutes to play. Colorado 27-10.
American Express and Thrifty Car Rental bring you a great travel offer. So call Thrifty Car Rental at 1-800-4CARS. Not only does Thrifty have great rates on great cars available 24 hours a day at one easy number, use your American Express card right now for a mid-size car for only $36.95 a day. Just $36.95 a day for American Express card members. Call 1-800-4CARS or your professional travel agent. It's quick, it's easy, and best of all, it's thrifty.
Inside your car's fuel system lurk dark forces that can spread their dirt and filth. So if you have a dirty fuel system, use STP Complete Fuel System Cleaner. Dirt has met its match. STP Complete Fuel System Cleaner.
At BASF, we don't make the mattress, we make it softer. We don't make the boots, we make them drier. We don't make the house, we make it livelier. We don't make the snowboard, we make it stronger. At BASF, we don't make a lot of the products you buy, We make a lot of the products you buy better. BASF.
The aluminum in your car radiator is as thin as this sheet, and it's the only thing between you and a breakdown. But Prestone Antifreeze bonds with aluminum, forming a zone of protection against corrosion and temperature extremes. Protect your car in the Prestone zone.
At the conclusion of the game, we'll select the Chevrolet Most Valuable Players. $6.5 million given by Chevrolet to the scholarship funds of the colleges and universities to the country over the last 25 years. And right up the middle comes Ahman Green, brought down by Ryan Sutter. Now, let me tell you a little story here. Ahman Green and Scott Frost have both they're both 1,000-yard rushers in 1997.
Yeah.
It is only the second time in Nebraska history they've had 2 1,000-yard rushers out of the same backfield. Those were Calvin Jones and Derek Brown in 1992.
You know, the surprising thing to me is that Frost is the first 1,000-yard rusher at quarterback that Nebraska has had. I mean, you think about all the good running quarterbacks. Tommy Frazier never gained 1,000 yards rushing. Turner Gill. All the good guys they've had running the football at Nebraska.
Jerry Taggy was a pretty good runner, too. He wasn't quite as swift as these guys. It's first down for the Huskers just outside the Colorado 30-yard line, and they're just pounding along as Makovica picks up his normal 5 yards.
They're heading towards 400 yards, which is their average per game. And with that, this will make the 11th rushing title for Tom Osborne in his 25 years at Nebraska. They're going to win the rushing title this year, and this will be the 11th time. You know, we can't do this surprise teams or teams that had good years without mentioning Larry Smith at Missouri.
No, sir. He's done a heck of a job.
And Bob Simmons at Oklahoma State.
Yep.
And a couple teams here in the Big 12.
Ball come loose. Colorado said it did. Officials are still pondering it. Yes. Buffaloes get it. So they squeezed it loose. Ryan Black came out of there with it.
Ryan Sutter is going to get this ball out of there, Keith. He's got like 15, 16 tackles. Number 36. That's Sutter. He just pulls it out of there.
Black picked it up. And that's the first turnover for Nebraska today. And Colorado will get the ball at the 23-yard line. There's 4 minutes and 59 seconds to play in the ball game, and the Buffs would dearly love to put one on the board.
All right, who's the best offensive player you've seen this year?
Caden McNown ain't bad.
McNown, Ryan Leaf. We saw Leaf. How about Peyton Manning?
And we got a timeout call right here. John Hessler back in at quarterback. And there's time. We'll be back.
Like a rock, I was strong as I could be. Like a rock, nothing ever got to me.
As the years go by, some slow down and take it easy. Some don't.
Like a rock,
Chevy, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road.
like a rock.
I have no... I'd like to... Then we'll do it. He'll do it. 27-10, and the sun now starting to slide down toward the top of the flat irons, and those old boys need a little help. They need a hot tub in a hurry. Back goes Hessler to throw the ball. Good pass. Savoy is there. Good for a first down. Finds his way to the 43-yard line. The ball came out, but they're going to call him down. So you can move your chains. You were talking about offensive players, Bob. I would agree that Ryan Leaf, what he's done for Washington State to get them where they are. I mean, he's a great big old strong guy who's tough as a nut.
Somebody that should be considered at least. Yep. Ricky Williams has had a great year for Texas.
Despite a poor year by his team.
Yeah, exactly. How about defensive players? We've seen some good ones.
Yeah, some right here.
Yeah.
Number 98.
98 Wistrom and 55 Peter.
That's Stiggers with his first catch of the day. And Jay Foreman makes the tackle. And Wadsworth, Andre Wadsworth at Florida State.
Charles Woodson at Michigan.
Antoine Winfield at Ohio State.
That's fresh in our minds, isn't he?
Oh, boy. Did he play last week? I think there were 3 of him out there. Second down and 4. Hessler's got it. He's in rhythm right now. It's nailed right to the numbers on Chris Anderson, and another first down. And that'll put the ball down about the Nebraska 36-yard line.
I think one of the reasons Rick may have put Hessler back in the game because this is his last game at Colorado, fifth-year senior.
Well, he'd been beat up terribly in the previous series down there inside his 10-yard line. They had to give him a chance to collect his thoughts. First down. Going deep. Just tipped over his head. Number 3, Eric Warfield saved a touchdown because Stiggers was there.
Warfield has made a few good plays today and has had an interception. Neuheisel said we're going to test them deep. Nice play.
Well, this crowd of 52,738, I'll bet you last week didn't know they were going to be able to sit out in the sunshine today.
Oh, boy. That's been the biggest surprise of all, this the weather here today.
Second and 10 from the Nebraska 36. The only place to throw that ball was where he threw it on the last play. This time he pulls it down and runs for the first down. Hit out of bounds, and that's a flag. There was a penalty flag thrown at the line of scrimmage, and there's another flag thrown over there where John Hessler was hit after he went out of bounds. But I tell you, this is a tough kid. He's a tough guy.
He's smiling. He knows what's going on. That's McFarland, number 4. They are way out of bounds. You can't see it. But they were about 4 or 5 feet out of bounds.
Well, they're debating over the first penalty versus the second penalty.
May have been a holding in the backfield. How about comeback players of the year, Keith? Guys that may have been injured last year or came back and played. Sam Coward is one that comes
Jumps
to mind.
out, yeah. Skips Hicks was UCLA running back, was buggered up a bit last year and has come back for a big year.
There's 2 flags on the play. There's holding on the offense. When we have a dead ball, personal foul on the defense. The penalties will be enforced in the order of occurrence, going first 10 yards one way, back 15. The dead ball foul is an automatic first down for Colorado.
So the net of that is Colorado picks up 5 yards, and they also get a first down.
And a first down. That's right.
But I think Sam Coward has really come. I mean, he has had a sensation.
The linebacker from Florida State 2 years ago against Notre Dame in the Orange Bowl. He tore up his knee, sat out 96, and came back this year at 97. Has just been outstanding.
First down for the Buffaloes at the Nebraska 34, 3:37 to play in the ball game. Pressure coming. Passes away. It is caught by Truckman. And what might well have been a big sack and a big loss turns into about a 2-yard gain. Everybody was coming. McFarland was coming toward Hessler. I mean, you got to figure that John Hessler's made out of old saddle leather because
he's tough.
He takes a whipping, boy.
Charlie McBride, the defensive coordinator for Nebraska, likes this kid. He said he's tough. You know, he gets after all the quarterbacks, Nebraska does, but he said this kid is tough. He keeps coming back.
Let's go to Rick Neuheisel, a comment from him on, and the media around this area has pounded old Rick pretty good this year, and I'm not totally sure that he had all of it coming. A lot of it was kind of smart-aleck stuff, but this is a comment of Neuheisel as he sits in his position today at the end of this season.
I am going to coach like I know how to coach, and
I'm going to trust my instincts as to how to run a program. I said when I took this job that I can live with failure if I do it my way. I would be very disappointed if I try to change who I am and my belief system just to satisfy those who would have me be another way.
And part of the reason some of the writers and people were on him around here is because of some of the off-field things, taking the kids bowling and canoeing and skiing and rafting and things like that. So this is supposed to be fun, and because of that, they correlate that to being a lack of discipline in this program, which I don't think there is a lack of discipline.
Here's Stiggers, touchdown! That's as pretty as you can do it.
He'll remember that one forever.
Hessler to Stiggers for the touchdown. Aldrich for the point. It's good. And it's 27-17 with 3 minutes and 16 seconds to play in the ball game.
You got the 3 wide receivers, the 3 defensive backs. The bottom receiver is going to go run down and run to the deep post. There's going to be 3 white shirts back there. But watch as Hessler throws it to the outside man, far enough to get it over the outstretched arms of number 16, Sweeney. That's just a good throw. Good separation between the receivers and a good throw for the touchdown.
And it's a 10-point ball game, and a 10-point ball game with Nebraska in the fourth quarter ain't bad.
Well, we talked about it early on, Keith, maybe in the opening, was that Nebraska, what they wanted to do was come out here, first of all, win. But secondly, they want to come out here for some style points because this is a common opponent with Michigan. The number 1 team in the nation, Nebraska second, Colorado played Michigan. I think they beat them 27-3.
Yep.
Now the score 27-17, and if any of the pollsters are comparing like some of them do, so this is what Nebraska was thinking about coming in.
Well, the Huskers have the good hands people up on the front now, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Figuring that they'll try to pop it along the ground and get a bounce. Aha, the other guy kicked it. Got a shot at it. It hit a Cornhusker and bounced off of it. And the Buffaloes have it. Fisk, the fullback, Darren Fisk, dove on that ball. Well, it bounced off one of the Cornhuskers, and I think it might have been, looks like it might have been 85. Debates, the tight end. So they had a tight end up there, but it hit him in the chest. But there was a surprise right there as a guy coming across.
Yeah, these guys over there didn't expect the ball to come their way. And at the last minute, there it is, and there's the fumble.
That's tricky stuff. The place kicker was aimed the other way, and the guy alongside of him popped it over there, and it worked. And Colorado's got the ball at the 45. And Hessler has 1 man to throw to, and he hits him. It is Phil Savoy at the 33-yard line of Nebraska. 3 minutes and 18 seconds to play, and it's a 10-point game.
The defensive backs for Nebraska are young, freshmen and true sophomores. The strength is in the pass rush. They need to get some pass rush going on Colorado.
Robert Toler checks in at a wide out for Colorado on first down. Hessler back, getting better protection, completes the pass to corner, out of bounds at the 18-yard line, pushed out by Foreman. Move the chains again.
This looks like a flashback to 2 years ago when Hessler and Neuheisel and the Colorado offense were running up and down the field.
.249 to play in the game.
His confidence is soaring right now.
Hessler's pass too high and too hard to Stiggers. Stiggers is only 5'7". That ball was thrown very hard, and it was too high. That's one of the things that happens with a passer who comes over the top. Sometimes you let it go too soon, sometimes you let it go too late.
Right. Accuracy is a problem. Jason Peter.
You know, that defensive front in Nebraska might be getting a little tired.
Yeah, I think so, especially in this thin air, Pete.
Yep.
Here they come.
Hessler's pass. Touchdown! Toler! Aldrich for the point. It's a 3-point ball game with 2 minutes and 37 seconds to play.
So look at the protection. It's there. Ortiz can't get there. He just barely got the ball off in time. Toler, who is a backup wide receiver, only caught 5 balls coming into the game, makes his biggest reception of the year.
And Hessler now has gone to 250 yards in the ball game, and he's jacked. And that man you saw there huffing and puffing, that was Jason Peter. They are getting a little winded. It's tough to pursue, and that's what they've been doing all day. And it may just have bought that fraction of time that he needed.
Hessler has 250 yards in the second half alone.
Not a bad way to go out, John.
Well, you onside kicked when you were down by 10. Now you're down by 3. With 2 minutes and 37 seconds.
Kick it deep and trust your defense.
And Colorado has 1 timeout left.
Kick it deep and trust your defense?
I think if you keep kicking deep to Nebraska, you never get it back. I think you got to go with the onside kick.
I'll tell you one thing. Debates, they got his attention this time. Here's your onside kick. It went right through Ben Kelly's hands. He had a shot at it at the 49-yard line, and it just couldn't quite reach it. It went right through his hands, I thought. And
a great
there's
shot.
a penalty flag.
It's a good kick. It's going over. Now it takes a big hop.
Watch Kelly. Oh, you could have caught that. He lost his vision, I guess, behind the Cornhusker. And you had a flag that was thrown by the linesman here.
Out of bounds by the receiving team. The receiving team is elected to take the ball at the out-of-bounds spot.
And the flag has to do with the ball going out of bounds, not any kind of a foul on a team. So they will just simply take the ball where it went out of bounds, which will be the 49-yard line. So Nebraska leading by 3, 27-24, with 2:33 to play in the game. At the Colorado 49, will give it to Green. Green is locked by Murkison.
Ball ball for number 30, Ahman Green.
There's a gain of 2 yards.
Nebraska, who averages over 500 yards per game, just needs some first downs.
Jeff Lake, holding his shoulder, has come off the field.
Surprised that Colorado is not using the one timeout that they have left, Keith. Once the time is off the clock, you can never get it back on.
150 and counting. Option. Frost takes it down. Murkison hit him. But he still fights his way forward toward the 45. And Colorado. A player came off the sideline and called timeout on the Colorado side. And the head linesman gave it to him. And they're going to charge it. Yes, it'll be charged to Colorado, and that's their last one.
I think Neuheisel was talking to the line judge over there on the sideline, just called it himself.
Player came in and got right in his face. 27-24, 1:44 to play in the ball game, and it is 3rd down and 6 for Nebraska. So figuring that they're not going to get this first down, they'll have to punt it. So he's giving his defense a chance to step up. Next Saturday, the WAC championship with Colorado State, New Mexico at 1 o'clock Eastern Time. The Dr. Pepper Big 12 championship at 4:30. These Cornhuskers and Texas A&M, and then your SEC championship down at the Georgia Dome, and that will be Tennessee or Georgia because they play on Saturday, and Auburn, which has won the Western Division title. That'll be at 8 o'clock in the evening at the Georgia Dome.
I'm looking forward to seeing Peyton Manning drink through his little number. They got to come game this weekend to Vanderbilt.
3rd down and 6 down. And the crowd, some had gone home. They're up. It's Makabeka. He didn't get it.
Going to be close.
Now he had to go to the 39. They've got him marked outside the 40. It's 4th down.
Osborne's decision. If you go for it, which you think you can make it, it's about 4th and 1. If you don't make it, you turn the ball over on about the 40-yard line.
Right.
But you got to think that the team that has rushed, been the nation's best rushing team 11 times in the last 25 years can make a yard when they need it.
It's a long yard. They have to burn a timeout because the play clock is running down. But they got 2 left. That's a long yard, Bob. That's pretty close to 2. So it's just a matter of whether somebody steps up into the right hole.
Well, no matter what, the style points that Nebraska was looking for in this ball game are not going to be there. I mean, if they win the game, they're going to be undefeated, and that's fine. You know, they're not beaten by anybody, and I think that's good. They deserve to be where they are, but what they were hoping for here today, I don't think they're coming out with.
A variety of emotions reflected off those faces. There's the weakness in the schedule for Nebraska was at the top of it, the first 2 games. And there weren't that many teams in the Big 12 that were capable of stepping up. Kansas State certainly won. Missouri certainly won. A&M, Oklahoma State, through much of the season.
They'll play A&M next week.
Yep. Texas was a bit of a surprise this year. The wheels came off the wagon down there. Scott Frost is
checking off. Fourth, and he's going to call a timeout. The crowd was roaring, and it's Scott Frost didn't ask for help from the referee, which he is entitled to.
I think he was trying to pull him off, Keith. I think he was trying to get him to jump offside. Now Tom's going to punt the football.
He sends Cush in.
He moved. He was just trying to help maybe pull him off sides. Well, that was all choreographed ahead of time.
Cush has had 2 punts blocked this year, if you're wondering about that. This would be his 5th punt. One minute to play. Wheeler is the deep man for the Buffaloes.
Gotta go after it.
Gets it out. Gotta let it go, too. Boom. Oh, it's in the end zone. Close. Ooh, we've had a lot of close stuff here in the last 5 minutes. It'll come out to the 20.
Well, they've got 52 seconds left. They're on the 20-yard line. They need to get to about the 35.
Yeah, at least.
Jason, 52-yard field goal.
Well, Jason Leslie is the one with the bigger leg, and he has a long of 52. In fact, he produced the 3 points in the Michigan game.
They need about 45 yards to get in field goal range.
They got 3 wideouts. Passes away to the sideline. And out of bounds at the 36-yard line, Phil Savoy.
John Hessler has never thrown the ball better than he has in the last 2 drives.
46 seconds.
Savoy has been inconsistent most of the year and probably most of his career. But when they need it, the big play guys are coming through for the Colorado Buffaloes.
You got Anderson, Toler, Savoy. Oh, little bit behind Savoy. He had it.
It's not hard to throw that behind you because there's 2 receivers on that side, and you want to make sure that you don't get it picked off throwing it too far inside. You want to make sure the inside receiver clears.
Play comes in. 43 seconds remaining. It was kind of quiet for a while, wasn't it?
It was.
Javon Green in there. Hessler's pass? No. That was intended for Green, and it was again behind him. But Green had gone, maybe he broke it off and went, I don't know.
Green
but he missed it.
Running himself into coverage.
Yep, he was.
Hessler was throwing it where he was open, and Green was running into coverage. So he's throwing it to the outside, away from those white shirts, and Green, 19, is sliding inside.
Green's a freshman. 3rd down and 10, 39 seconds. Savoy and a couple of penalty flags.
Maybe offensive interference.
Might be. Sweeney was there. Those 2 flags came real quick.
Yeah, no question. This is offensive. No, offensive.
Yep.
Savoy, one-on-one on Sweeney, the true freshman. There is no doubt or no question about that call, and it's a good call by the back judge on that side. We give criticized too many times the officials for not making a call properly. That was the correct call. And it's a killer because it's 15 yards from the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I think that just released the balloon. Unless there's another miracle floating around. Stiggers got a hand on it, but it was batted away by Ralph Brown.
The ball was in the air. It could go either way. The hearts of all of the Nebraska players had to be up near their throats, right in front of the bench. And it's a nice play by Brown.
So it is 4th down. 25. The two plays over on the near side where the wideouts ran into coverage and the ball was thrown behind them. Two big plays in this possession. This is the last chance for the Buffaloes. He's still alive. He's finally knocked out of bounds, and he is 3 yards short of the first down. As Sweeney wouldn't give it to him, and finally fought him out of bounds with a little help from his big old friend Mike Rucker. And so that should do it for the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Only 12 seconds remaining, and the Cornhuskers apparently are going to win this one 27-24. But
they got a scare.
Take that from the Buffaloes and from John Hessler.
Colorado has only beaten Nebraska 4 times in the last 31 years. They've lost the last 5 straight. It wasn't to be today.
So the Cornhuskers snap it, roll it, and the game is over. Your final score, Nebraska 27, Colorado 24.
Please drive safely and carefully and courteously on your way home. Thank you once again for being with us.
Take care of the action. Meeting of the coaches. And the Chevrolet Most Valuable Players of the game are Scott Cross for Nebraska. He went over 1,000 yards rushing and 1,000 yards passing today. And John Hessler, what a day for him. 19 out of 36, what a half for him. 357 yards. He did have 2 interceptions with 3 touchdowns. Chevy donating $1,000 to each school. Now here is John Saunders.
All right, guys, thanks a lot. And an unbelievable finish. Colorado, a disappointing season, but they will certainly remember this game.
Yeah, really a great effort today. Probably their best game that they've played all season. Fought to the very end, and really a good way to end the season without getting the win.
If not for that penalty, we might be headed to overtime. All right, let's check some other scores. Arkansas in a battle with LSU. The Tigers get the victory 31-21. Clint Storner had 2 touchdown passes and a touchdown run in a losing cause. Kevin Falk, 2 touchdown runs. Kevin Falk, another great game.
Yeah, Kevin Falk coming into today, the leading rusher in the SEC. Another solid performance running the football for the Tigers.
Pitt against West Virginia. Amos Zaraway with 3 touchdown runs. How about Pittsburgh, though? Right now up by 3 with 3:45 left. If they win this game, it's their 6th victory. Looks like they'll go to a bowl game. Texas A&M against Texas. Texas A&M gets the win 27-16 is the final there. Sir Parker with 2 touchdown runs. Don't forget, Championship Saturday comes your way next Saturday, as we will first go to the WAC championship game, Colorado State against New Mexico. Then at 4:30, the Dr. Pepper Big 12 championship game. Number 2 Nebraska, you just saw them beat Colorado against Texas A&M. And in prime time, it's the SEC championship game presented by Dr. Pepper. Auburn is definitely in against either Tennessee or Georgia. Don't forget, tomorrow we'll be here with Penn State against Michigan State. Some of you will see Georgia Tech against Georgia. The Skins game also coming up tomorrow. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.
This has been a presentation of ABC Sports, recognized around the world as the leader in sports television.
Saturday, do something rare. Make up your own mind. Some say don't watch Nothing Sacred. Even more say do. Viewers for Quality Television calls it the best new drama. And Kevin Anderson, best actor. Saturday at 9, 8 Central. What do you say? Hey, it's your TV. Nothing Sacred. Saturday at 9, 8 Central. Right after C16 on ABC.
How to buy a minivan. Step 1. Pick the safest minivan there is. Ford Windstar. Step 2. Wait for the inventory closeout sale. That's when your local Ford dealer will want to clear the inventory to make room for the next shipment. Inventory closeout is the time to get the best values on Ford Windstar. Like $1,500 cash back on the only minivan to get a perfect 5-star safety rating from the government. Step 3. Hurry into your local Ford dealer today for the inventory closeout sale. Going on now.
Listen up. I have been to the edge and back, and I will tell you what I've learned. What I have learned is you don't need outer crust.
Introducing the Edge Pizza from Pizza Hut, a new pizza with no outer crust, so the toppings go right to the edge.
I have been to the edge and back. Join me.
16 pieces of pure pulchritudinous toppings. Have you been to the edge?
Try any of the Edge recipe pizzas and get a second medium for only $6. Only at Pizza Hut.
Are you ready for a great deal? A money-saving party!
Score the winning touchdown with great deals on new Dodge trucks and vans at your Dodge Truck headquarters, Barilla Motors. Drive the new Dodge Dakota or tougher than ever Dodge Ram in 4x2, 4x4, regular club, or new quad cab. When it comes to price, they'll show you a payment to suit almost any budget. Don't get caught on the sidelines. Save on new Dodge trucks and vans at Barilla Motors, the measure of excellence. 1803 South Locust in Grand Island.
The Nebraska Television Network, NTV. This is First at 5 with Megan Dardanelle and Greg Keeley.
Good evening. We hope you're having a good Thanksgiving Day weekend. Megan has the day off. Well, in case you missed it, we'll have a look at the big Cornhusker game out in Boulder. Jeremy will be along for that. And you might experience some holiday stress while you're watching the game. We'll have some ideas on how you can deal with that. And Michael Richards, otherwise known as Kramer on Seinfeld, won't be looking for greener pastures anytime soon, or will he? That's in our entertainment report. Jeremy will recap the day in college football in a moment, but First at 5 starts with a first look at weather with Bob.
Well, Greg, we thought all day we wouldn't see much of anything as far as south central Nebraska was concerned, just clouds, but lo and behold, rain is doing its best to push up into south central Nebraska this evening. Fortunately, temperatures are well above freezing. We'll take a look at those coming up in a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Bob. Well, as many of you just witnessed right here on ABC, the Big Red had a tough game. Joining us for a quick recap is Jeremy Jorgensen. Jeremy.
Well, Greg, you said holiday stress a few minutes ago. I think that's the operative word today. No question about it. Nebraska was rolling in this game, but had to hang on. Let's take a look at a few highlights for you to get you warmed up for the evening's coverage from Boulder. Scott Frost, well, he played great today. This 19-yard touchdown gave Nebraska a 10-0 lead. It looked like they were cruising. Ahman Green also had a great day, well over 100 yards. This 17-yard touchdown, a spectacular run. That made it 17-3 as he trots into the end zone. Now, Frost was throwing the ball a little more than he does on the average day today. It's Kenny Cheatham on an important third down play. That set up another score. The Huskers were up 2 scores, but they relaxed at the end of the game, and the final was 27-24. We're going to have some later game highlights for you coming up at 6 o'clock. And, Greg, it was just kind of a wild finish there. They relaxed and let Colorado back into it.
Everybody needs something for their stomach after that, right,
I
Jeremy?
guess.
All right, thanks a lot. Well, although Thanksgiving is a time for being grateful, it's also a reminder that there are only 27 shopping days left before Christmas. Julie Studley tells us how willing people are starting shopping and spending for the holiday.
It's 6:30 a.m. The store doesn't open until 7. But that hasn't stopped more than 200 people from getting in line and getting ready to shop. Let there be no mistake, it's the busiest shopping day of the year. And with wallet in hand and sale prices in heart, let the games begin.
Oh, it's warm in here. Yeah, grab a cardigan. Let's go shopping. Yeah.
Some people have started their shopping at 6 o'clock this morning. Some wanted to get the free gift bag, hey, and some just wanted to get the good deals. As fun as this day can be for the shoppers, it can be somewhat challenging for retail workers. Still, employees here say the spirit of the season is more prevalent this year than in years past.
Well, this year it seems to be a lot more civilized. I mean, people were actually nice this year when they came in.
It's been 45 minutes and the checkout lines are already jammed. If a full cart is the measure of success, these shoppers have done well.
Pretty good. I think we got the things that we were wanting that were in the sale flyer.
By 8:15, more than 1,000 people have come through the doors. Employees can rest easy now. Only 13 more hours to go.
That's it. You're welcome.
With photographer Sean Kelly, I'm Julie Studley, NTV News, Kearney.
Today isn't the only day stores will open early and stay open late. Check your local retailer for special holiday hours. In Denver, prosecutors are hoping a small piece of a rental truck will prove Terry Nichols played a key role in the Oklahoma City bombing. This story tops our regional headlines. Most people love the holidays, but attorneys arrived this morning ready to question more witnesses about Nichols' alleged involvement in the deadly 1995 bombing. Prosecutors are hinging their arguments on a piece of Ryder truck the size of a piece of typing paper. They say it contains ammonium nitrate crystals used to create the explosion. The defense attorneys say the evidence was tainted, possibly in the FBI lab where it was. In Denver, prosecutors are hoping a small piece of that truck will prove to be successful in condemning Terry Nichols. It's now 7 out of 7. All septuplets are now breathing on their own. Nathan McCoy is the last baby to be weaned off a ventilator. Nathan, the smallest of 4 boys, has now been upgraded from serious to fair condition. Specialists say that removing intravenous lines is important because it eliminates a possible source of infection. Well, most people love the holidays, but with the added stress, there can be a lot of tension. Family fights tend to break out more often than at any other time of the year. Julie Feldman has some tips on how to avoid holiday stress.
For heaven's sakes.
Oh, easy, Walter, easy.
Don't Claudia, enough already.
A healthy family can expect that they're going to have some conflict, some disagreement over something.
And they shouldn't be upset about it.
Absolutely not.
Let's face it.
You eat too much.
There's something familiar here.
Well, who buys it? I open the cabinets, there it is.
Expectations, too, about a perfect holiday.
Anything political.
In fact, we stress ourselves out cooking and cleaning to make it perfect.
Don't start with me because you'll lose.
Ouch! Every family has its sticky issues, even families which may look perfect on the outside. What you need to remember about a holiday is that because of stress and expectations, you will be more sensitive to certain issues and may want to think in advance about how you can most effectively respond.
In 1915,
Family therapist Janice Brove shows us a picture of her grandparents on their wedding day. Even they had their moments.
If your goal is to avoid conflict over the holidays and to not let it escalate to a point of getting out of control, then what you do is you go in with the attitude, how can I diffuse this? If I know aunt or uncle is going to say this to me.
Try this one on for size. Uncle Jim says to nephew Sam, "Your kids are wild. Are you going to let them run around until they break something?" Sam could respond with, "Don't tell me how to raise my kids." Or he could say, "The kids are so excited to be here. We did talk about being careful. I'll say something again." Here's another one. Aunt Stella asks niece Fran, "Why aren't you married yet?" Fran could say, "I hate it when you ask me things like that." Or, "I guess I haven't found the right guy yet, but when I do, you'll be the first to know." If Stella continues, "But you're not getting any younger," Fran could say, "I know, believe me, do you know anyone?" Finally, Jack asks his divorced sister Jill, "Your ex-husband always gets the kids on holidays. Why do you let him walk all over you?" Jill probably wants to say, "Why don't you mind your own business?" How about this instead? "I really miss the kids too, but it's complicated. Can we talk about something else?" Before you say anything, ask yourself, do I really need to take a stand today?
The holidays are not the time to do that. The holidays are for getting together and enjoying each other.
Nothing makes sense anymore. Right.
If you have to prove a point, do it another time. It might make for a good movie, but not a good holiday.
Some nice little coffee talk there. Well, if you're having a hard time coping this holiday season, it's best to talk to somebody, a family member, friend, or even a counselor. Well, there are lots of things going on in and around Hollywood. Coming up next, our Showbiz Wrap. tells us Milli Vanilli and company are still in a little bit of hot water, and their lips are sealed. And UN weapons inspectors continue to have problems with Iraq, and that means problems for the U.S. More in our national headlines.
We got a pretty good rainmaker getting going here in the Central Plains region. The fortunate thing is cold air is limited. More on a closer look on this situation still to come.
NTV, where your news comes first. This is First at 5. With Megan Dardanelle, Greg Keeley, and Bob Geiger with weather.
What's new at Ladies Fitness of Grand Island? Toning tables for one thing. Using dynamic tension, you can relax and lose 1 to 3 dress sizes in only 60 days. Ladies Fitness of Grand Island has a new fitness toning program designed for the need of the average woman. What's great about Ladies Fitness? There are no men staring at you while you exercise. Yes, Ladies Fitness is designed for ladies just like you. Sign up for only $5 a week. Ladies Fitness in Grand Island and Lincoln.
Done yet?
Not yet.
That's what we need. The new GE range with True Temp, the most accurate oven in America.
I just saw it at Big G Appliance Center. Only GE has True Temp.
Look at that cooktop.
It's called a bridge burner. Only GE has that too.
We can cook just about anything on that.
We? It's done.
When does Big G Appliance and Home Entertainment Center close?
See the new GE ranges at Big G Appliance and Home Entertainment in downtown Hastings.
The Thomasville Gallery at Williamson's Interiors in downtown Grand Island is celebrating the holidays with spectacular savings on all Thomasville furniture. Whether you're looking for a complete room setting or an individual piece, from traditional to contemporary styling, Thomasville has something for every taste, budget, and room. With Thomasville, you get handmade craftsmanship. That's been Thomasville's hallmark for nearly a century. Stop by soon and take home great holiday savings on Thomasville furniture. Williamson's Interiors, downtown Grand Island, open Sunday 1 to 5, late Wednesday.
Bummer. Let's eat.
99-cent fish or chicken grab-and-go sandwiches brighten most every Wednesday. Not to mention our holiday crystal for 99 cents.
Long John Silver's feel the glow.
It's not getting any easier for UN arms inspectors in Iraq. This story tops our world headlines. According to Iraqi newspapers, Baghdad hopes its decision to allow members of the UN to check presidential palaces for banned weapons will reduce tensions with the United States. The U.S. insists that UN inspectors have unlimited access to sites, but Baghdad says some areas are off limits. Baghdad's parliament wants the UN weapons and monitors out of the country within 6 months. In California, anti-fur demonstrators began a month-long event aimed at retailers today on the busiest shopping day of the year. 5 activists climbed a 175-foot crane and put up a banner that read, "Fur is murder." After unveiling the banner, they locked themselves to the crane. They say they will stay as long as they feel is necessary. This protest is one of many taking place at major department stores across the country. Activists say they plan to continue protesting throughout the holiday period. Well, lots of happenings in Hollywood this week. Here's Rich Johnson with the latest.
Whatever you do, don't put the blame on you.
Los Angeles authorities are looking for one half of the ex-lip-syncing duo Milli Vanilli. Rob Pilatus, already on probation for writing bad checks, skipped out of a scheduled court hearing, prompting the judge to issue yet another warrant for his arrest.
Oh, I really hate this stuff, don't you?
Seinfeld's zany Kramer won't get his own TV show if Jerry Seinfeld ever decides to end his series. Michael Richards says he's been given the chance to go solo with a Kramer spinoff, but says, believe me, that won't happen. What will happen is a spinoff of today's current ATM machines. NCR plans to make an automated teller machine that will provide theater and movie lists, print tickets to your show of choice, then deduct the cost from your account. Heavy metal has risen to the top of the album charts. Metallica is the first rock band to hit #1 since August. Their new album, Reload, has surpassed Celine Dion's Let's Talk About Love and even Barbra Streisand's Higher Ground album. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. Rich Johnson, ABC News.
Well, the weather made it a great day for football and lots of other things. It was a good day for Nebraska fans and their flags. And later, Jeremy will tell us which Texas team won the right to fly its flag. Then Bob will be along to tell us how hard those flags will be blowing this Thanksgiving Day weekend.
Everyone loves a parade, so everyone is sure to love the Dodge Thanksgiving Parade. It starts with Dodge Grand Caravan. Buy now and you'll get $1,000 cash back. Or parade around in this Dodge Caravan, which includes all this at no extra charge. And after $750 cash back, the price drops to just $17,245. But this parade won't last, so get to your Dodge dealer now, before the parade passes you by.
Finding the perfect gift for that special someone is sometimes one of the most difficult things to do each year. Make this holiday season's gift-giving trial a little less painful and buy a Lazy Boy recliner, love seat, or motion furniture. With a wide selection of styles and colors, you're sure to find the Lazy Boy that will make you the most favorite holiday gift giver.
See Borkatures of Cozad, Marcellus Furniture of Franklin, and Bob Hope Furniture of Aurora and Central City.
Menards showers you with holiday values. Treat yourself for someone special to a new shower head by Polinex. Wall-mount models feature 12 relaxing settings, just $869. Handheld models are $14.99. Your do-it-yourselfer will love a RotoZip tool, a handy tool that cuts through wood, tile, and more. Just $54.88 after rebates. Get great gifts for the home and workshop at Menards.
Four seasons greetings to you all from Menards.
At Rita's Town and Country, we know you want clothes that look good and feel good. Clothes that stand the test of time, but are never boring. Clothes that are fun, yet practical. Clothes that make you glad you're a woman. At Rita's Town and Country, we know you love clothes. We do too. We're Rita's Town and Country, with 2 locations in Lexington and the downtown Kearney Center.
Here are some events happening across the Midlands. If you have something you want publicized in our community calendar, send your information to NTV Across the Midlands. Post Office Box 220, Kearney, Nebraska, 68848.
Well, Bob, how's your ticker after that game? That was quite a fiasco there in the fourth quarter.
Okay, defense, it's up to you. Pull it together here. Keep them from doing it.
You were kind of right on the forecast out there. I mean, it's cleared up and actually turned out to be a really nice day there in Boulder.
Now it's turned out to be rainy around here. Here's a look at radar, by the way, which shows quite a bit of rain now, finally making its way into south central Nebraska, almost more on the Nebraska side than on the Kansas side, practically. And some pretty good rain showing up out here, looks like in the Holdridge area, and some down near St. Francis and just a little west of McCook, and also some pretty good ones over here near Smith Center and also Mankato, Kansas. This would be lifting slowly northward. To this point, it's been having an awful hard time making its way northward. Temperatures at least are nowhere near freezing, so no need to worry about any freezing going on around here tonight. 48 and 49 for the Tri-Cities with northeasterly winds. Humidity coming up a little bit. Barometer also up a little bit during the past hour or so. We have readings as high as 55 at Shadron, but then they're way away from the clouds. Got plenty of sunshine up there. You get down into south central sections, it cools down to close to the 40-degree mark, and Goodland, which has been getting heavy snow this afternoon, at 31. They have a snow advisory in that area. They figure they might get up to 8 inches pile up in that area of heavy, wet snow. Further eastward, 46 Concordia, they won't have to worry about that. Record highs this state for Kearney. We go back 11 years, most recently to hit a 68. Grand Island hit a 67 on that date, and Hastings 67 way back in 1949. And finally, we're getting to the time of year where your record lows are well below zero. 1976 on all these, as low as 13 below at Kearney. Quite a bit of heavy clouds finally coming up into parts of south central and southwest Nebraska. This is churning around an upper level low pressure system, which is down here over the southwestern corner of Kansas. And this of course, be your area of rain, which is churning around that thing, being pushed further northward. This whole thing will shift further eastward with time overnight tonight. To the north of us, 55 at Miles City, Montana. So this system, only cold air it has is what it has to work with. Looks like pretty good snow going on between Colorado Springs and Goodland. Then over to Topeka, still 60 there, and 67 at Dallas and Fort Worth. Your heaviest precipitation, as we say, finally lifting a little bit into portions of south central and southwest Nebraska. As the radar goes into motion here, you'll see how that's coming back around here over the southwestern corner of Kansas, with the rest of your rain and thunder further off to the south and east of us, moving off to the northeast. The upper level low pressure is in the process of closing off, and as such it'll be a slow mover across the area. Consequently, it's going to take a while for us to get through this thing. Eastern sections, therefore, will stay with the clouds all weekend long as this thing slowly moves through the area. Good thing it doesn't have much cold air to work with. By this time tomorrow, we'll still have quite a bit of clouds off to the east of us. We'll still have a rain shield coming back into parts of southeast Nebraska and north central Kansas. Tonight, we still have some snow, at least for the evening hours, over northwest Kansas. For the rest of us, light rain further eastward. By morning, 25 North Platte, Broken Bow, to about 38 between Concordia and Beatrice. And then tomorrow we're back to, well, still mostly cloudy except for western sections. Highs will stay in the 40s and a kind of a biting north wind. So it's not the nicest of situations, but at least northwest Kansas is the only one being bothered by snow.
Now, Bob, even though the north winds are back, and we all hate to see that, but it's really been a very pleasant November, pleasant Thanksgiving. How long do you expect this to really continue?
Well, it's interesting. Extended outlook is calling for lots of precipitation the next 6 to 10 days, with temperatures staying mild in the northern branch, which will show you 6 has been keeping that cold air at bay.
Now, when was the last time you remember a mild winter weather pattern like this?
Oh, you have to go back a few years, but more often than not, we've had quite a zigzag of situations here in recent years. But at least this time around, things are looking good so far.
Welcome to the zigzag of Nebraska. Thanks, Bob. Well, it's now time to test your knowledge with today's trivia question. On this date in 1989, IRS agents raided the Las Vegas home of Red Fox. How much money did they say he owed in taxes? We'll have the answer along with highlights of today's game when we come back.
NTV is proud to announce that Dick Phillips of C.L. Jones Middle School in Minden has been named November's Outstanding Teacher. He will receive a plaque and a gift certificate to the creative teacher in Kearney. One of the students nominating Mr. Phillips had this to say.
He always helps me out with all my questions I have, and he's the best teacher I ever had.
If you would like to nominate your favorite teacher for the Outstanding Teacher Award, send a letter to Outstanding Teacher, Post Office Box 220, Kearney, Nebraska 68848. Congratulations to Dick Phillips from NTV and the Sylvan Learning Center.
Hard work wakes the soul. It gets up before dawn. It was invented by farmers. Hard work. It's not too much to ask from your seed. DeKalb, real people working real hard.
The end is here. Our country general lease runs out on November 30th. We have only days to liquidate all remaining inventory. Everything is negotiable. No reasonable offer will be refused. This is a once-in-a-lifetime chance at unheard-of prices on America's best name-brand furniture and carpet. But it's all over on the 30th. Friday 9 to 9, Saturday 9 to 6, Sunday 12 to 6. Make us an offer. That's Robertson's Clearance Center, 115 South Webb Road, Grand Island, where we are the competition.
You're late.
Oh, well, happy Thanksgiving to you, too.
Birds of a feather freeze together.
I'm nearly done defrosting.
And the turkey?
Might I suggest you stuff it?
Here's pumpkin pie in your eye.
Where are those pie crusts?
Found it!
Happy Thanksgiving.
I taste blood.
On Frasier.
Frasier is Saturday night at 6:30 on NTV.
It was another big day of college football today. We know how the Husker game turned out, but also at stake were bragging rights in Texas. Here's Jeremy with an update on A&M and the Longhorns. Jeremy?
Well, Greg, next week Nebraska will play Texas A&M for the Big 12 championship game. We got a sneak look at Texas A&M today as they were taking on the Texas Longhorns. Now, this game has always been a rivalry. These two do not like each other. Let's take a look at some of the highlights for you. Texas A&M, the 12th man at Kyle Field. It's a pretty wild place. 21-13 A&M. Hodges Mitchell gets Texas right back into it. He almost fumbles the kick, but he picks it up, gets a big return. That set up a field goal, so it's 21-16 because Phil Dawson puts it through the uprights. However, Texas came up short today, 27-16 the final. So A&M is cranking it up for Nebraska next week in the Big 12 championship game, which will be in San Antonio. So there's going to be a lot of A&M fans down there. It's going to be another tough game for Nebraska next week, Greg.
Maybe another hostile crowd, too. Yeah. Thanks a lot, Jeremy. Well, it's now time to answer today's trivia question. On this date in 1989, IRS agents raided the home of Red Fox. They said he owed more than $755,000 in taxes. And a few birthdays today include singer Randy Newman, who's 54, musician Paul Schaefer is 48, and actor Judd Nelson is 38. And right now, we'll take a quick look at what's coming up on World News tonight, our primetime lineup, and today's closing markets.
Coming up on ABC's World News tonight, healthcare at 30,000 feet. What happens if you have a medical emergency in flight? Thousands of passengers do every year. Most airlines can't handle many emergencies. A new device could change that on World News tonight.
Dairies reminds us that the true meaning of the holiday season is giving. These businesses congratulate Gillette Nebraska Dairies on 80 years of service. Look for weekly in-store holiday Gillette